Not for this.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another exciting 2-5
Yeah, I should go back to
game here at Texas Cardinals Houston. How's everybody doing tonight?
Well, I mean,
DT here in the
on the
booth.
floor it's a
Tourist
2-5.
trap.
Ready to
It really is a tourist trap.
On the floor it's
commentate this exciting live stream. We've got a fantastic lineup for y'all tonight.
I'm telling my wife, bro. I'm telling my wife.
Relax.
If we want to see him again, he needs to do this.
Stream's on, right?
Yeah.
That's 30. That's 80.
One pair.
He's 7 suited is such a pretty hand.
Are we missing somebody?
Yeah.
Did you know that that's the hand that has the most equity versus aces?
Yeah.
We can start.
Pre-flop. Yeah, pre-flop it has the most equity because
We can start Nick game first.
it's
Play Nick
like
Yeah, let's do it.
it's like 30 or something, or like close to 40.
Watch it.
Oh my God, he's a dealer.
That's the best one I've ever
Yeah?
seen. Dude.
Mm,
It's
One-
like
One,
it's
two,
like
bad.
one of the best ones you've got. See, pressure makes diamonds, man. I'm rolling your whole fucking throwing into diamonds.
Literally. I don't want to.
You've
I
gone
don't
from
wanna
the
look-
worst button passer outer to acceptable.
I didn't want to look stupid on TV.
Six
You know?
raises to 25. 7 raises to 75.
Yeah, you have been playing online.
9 fold.
So.
Told to give this reminder just again, if you happen to get up in the table, please leave your mic by your chip stack, so when you come back in, you put it back on again.
There's a few offenders last time.
One raises. 250.
Why?
2 folds.
25 and 2.5. Like the 25 open. Just 2.5 open.
It's still an online thing, man. People do that. People do that shit.
It's like the 2.5x and then 5x.
Raise.
And then
5 raises to 1,000. Six folds. 7 folds.
can't continue. Just kidding.
Two bucks? Call?
Yeah.
Okay. We're going 2 full boards, that's the thin line over here.
First one for the button, yo.
You better not have garbage. I just want to
What do you mean garbage? You think I have garbage
I
in
think
this
you're in
spot?
trouble, Brian. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. You
Oh.
better have 7, 8.
Shit. How much trouble am I in? I have 2 pair on that board.
Shit.
No
I
good.
got trips.
No good.
No good. Oh shit.
2 pairs,
You
no
always
good.
had.
You're right. It might not be no. It might be no good.
Yeah, like a monkey. What do you have, 8, 3?
How can I have ace queen if I have 2 pair on that board?
Yeah, I know, you got ace pair or queen's pair or jack pair.
I have 2 pair on that board as well. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, MF with the double up early. Let's fucking go.
Give me a count. I mean, I thought about just flatting, but he only had like,
1,000.
yeah,
1,040.
he didn't have anything behind, so let's just get it in all in three.
It's my first time playing the Nick game, and it happens to be controlled, but this little button was looking at me when I pulled it.
Play your Nick game? Welcome to it. Don't
Don't
do anything like too much crazier. Trust me. That's my advice to you.
Hello, sorry.
You know, if you lose,
DT here in the booth.
call
Sorry to
and
keep
sit
y'all
in.
waiting.
So you don't want that.
I understand.
And now we're good. Hold on, I don't know what I'm doing. We got an idiot here in the booth.
Not hand.
Thank you all for joining me tonight.
I don't even fucking remember what did I have.
Hope everybody out there is having a good evening so far. Welcome to another exciting 2-5 No Limit Hold'em stream here at TCH Houston. You got DT in the booth. Looking to bring the action for y'all. Missed an exciting second hand where MF doubled through Brian with kings versus queens. Kind of unavoidable. Can't do a whole lot. Get your money and hope you have the best hand. Exciting first hand. Plenty going on. We have two not unfamiliar faces to the stream, but we haven't seen them in a while. In seat 4, we have Tim. Seat 6, we have Jonathan. Both have been on the stream before, but it's been a while since we've seen them. Everyone else, you all know. Seat 1, we have MF. Seat 3, we have Noah. Seat 5, we have Brian. Seat 7, we have Mo. Seat 8, we have the Catman himself who's returned. And seat 9, we have Tish. Tish Money, Tish $. Fantastic group of guys to play for y'all tonight. It's going to be a fun game.
Oh yeah.
3-bet bluff.
Those chips may not move if you do that.
We have a commentator today. Sorry about leaving y'all high and dry last week. Plan to be here pretty much every time
It's Tim's turn.
until they replace me.
Exactly. Break you buy
Wave
it.
my 3%.
A-Town's going to be in here with me a bunch.
Out of pocket.
But A-Town is currently doing other fun stuff. Glad to see he's in the chat though.
Okay, C4 Houston.
Please don't close your hand on your own.
30.
Got a bunch of trash hands. Noah raising a trash hand on the button, but the button's king, so. Nate game's on, too. Brian just calling with king, queen suited, and Jonathan squeezing now with a suited ace. Pretty standard. 9-4 is going to hit the muck. King, queen, good enough to continue.
Like a year since I played Johnny.
2 spades would be an interesting flop. Both players miss. Ace high still way the best hand. See how Jonathan wants to play this. Get rid of his nip button. Bet's gonna come through. That's probably gonna be it. See if Brian wants to. Brian may think about getting cute here. He's gonna float, it looks like. May think his backdoor spades are good. Doesn't really want backdoor spades, he's just gonna get coolered. See if he wants to rep diamonds if they come through. Brian's probably got a plan. Diamonds do come in. Ace high is still way the best hand, but our hand's looking real bad versus Brian's call range. All the kings and queens are dead. Brian actually drawing dead. Let's see if he wants to rep diamonds on this river. Oh, not dead. Not all dead. Action tracker's wrong. Brian River's the best hand. Does he? Is he going to turn it into a semi bluff? No, he's just going to go to showdown value. Take his showdown value here.
2-5-10.
Jonathan has no showdown value with ace high. I don't know what would bet here that wouldn't bet the turn. So this might get looked up. He could be betting, if he bets really small, this might get looked up. This is really small. This is half pot. You're ripping really a hand like jacks or tens with the 10 of diamonds or the jack of diamonds. But Brian curious, thinking about calling. He beats a lot of it actually. Like I think aces would check back. I think ace queen would check back. Looks him up with the best hand.
Oh my God.
Gets rid of his nip button.
DT's saying it right now. Right now, he's like,
I do find it amusing. I was talking with the players before stream, and Brian and Jonathan was saying that he can't wait to get called down light by Brian again. And here we go, very early on the stream, Brian calling down Jonathan really light.
Spades would have been real
That
bad.
was really light.
Throw back your nib button, man.
Full 9, 10.
Unfortunate.
He admitted no. He admitted
It was a
no.
9. It was a 9.
Brian,
That's what I'm saying.
Brian, throw back your
I
nib
feel
button.
like he could have gotten that bet through with a larger sizing.
I
No, listen.
When any diamond beats
Call
me.
one pair with 4 diamonds. You
The Catman loves
Impossible flush.
No way. No way.
No, so
trying to
Brian
figure these
something
situations
called
out.
beating his opponent.
I love stumping the
Live
Catman
read.
and making him give those
I learned information.
WTF faces.
Do you mark
How much,
this
how
card?
much for me to
Huh?
ask?
You mark the card? You know
No,
what it
show.
is?
I should.
I know.
Oh, okay.
How do you know
you
there's
have
no
to
It's
show
card?
always a fun time.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
thank you.
Don't
It's
remind
definitely a
me
hero
to
call.
show either,
Other
and
than
if
the
you do, you get your buttons back.
I got the
With a
card.
straight.
I'm glad
Or
I
extra button.
He just bet like he had a flush. I don't know what to tell you.
Then why
He
you
did
go?
too. 4 line out there. How much else? How much he's supposed to? Let me go all in.
I think he's still called.
I think your jam works, Johnny.
You know what I
I
mean?
can't
Like,
do that.
Jim with
I
queen
bet
jack
like I
off,
have a
the
flush.
button.
There's a 4 line out there. These men.
Jonathan
bet
now
three
with
line,
aces.
like, how much more I can bet?
You don't have to tell me.
But certainly going
I'm
to
going
bet
for
this.
1100. Let me see that.
See if he can get some money
back.
back. See if anyone's going to give him action. Tip could see a flop. because
Come
of
on,
the
I'm
game.
not good at this game. I don't know what you offer me.
When you go, you
Try and
get
play
your
pot in
hand.
position.
The story that you just gave us doesn't adds up together.
Jonathan just showing the ace-6 suited is going to help him out here, help him make some, get some money back.
Live read, brother.
Tim flops a pair and a gut shot.
Why would he check the turn with a bluff?
See how Jonathan wants to play this?
If he had ace king with a diamond, he'd keep on barreling the turn. What flushes does he have there? I like Brian's call. See, Brian, I think he plays well that hand, to be honest.
Did who muck the cards? A-Town?
I don't know what the commentators say once. I mean,
I thought about leading out of the river too,
ooh.
but I was just like,
For
That's a-
value?
Commentator
no, to represent the diamonds that I knew you didn't have.
Alright.
commentator thought Brian played it well.
You're right, my bad. My
If his
bad.
plan was to just call him down light, I'll have to remind him about that.
To be fair, you were
Jonathan
ahead of the
bet
way,
gets called.
but then I got there.
Board 8 doesn't change anything. Jonathan still has the best hand. He's only got pot size bet left. A lot of the hands you're going to get value from are King 10, King Queen, Jack 10, Jack Queen. Yep. And this is where that last hand might get him a double up here. Tim might have just enough hand to look him up. If you're behind, you have outs, but you could be ahead. It's not a great spot. Queen Jack's not really ever gonna be in a great spot here. Jack 10 is what you'd be hoping to be up against, or 2 10s. But I didn't hear that, A-Town. Not an easy decision. I can see a reason for him to call. I can see a reason for him to fold. Does find the correct fold and is going to get shown the hand. Jonathan picking up a small one with aces, getting a little bit of that money back. I don't think it's terribly ugly because of his.
Aces instantly after.
Just aces.
I think Jonathan's range versus the
It's
button
American
there. I'd be pretty happy with aces. And my stack size. I'd just be looking to get it in on that turn. Yeah, you're beat by some stuff, but The button's gonna
Button's
defend pretty liberally, especially after you just showed that ace-6 of spades hand.
Ace high.
That is indeed a different Tim.
The mid game. That's not fair.
Tim making his stream return.
Right.
Tim's not lying. He liked his hand.
I would have had to dodge a lot.
Even against the
I would've
Catman,
called if I had
I'm
really good odds.
assuming the positions are the
Which your
same,
queen would beat me.
I would still be pretty happy with my aces there.
You have Jack 10.
Now, if I had another $3,000 behind,
Guess you can find out in 4
happy, but
rounds.
let a
I
lot
mean, on
less
that
happy.
board, what can you really like there other than Jack 10?
I like
It was a King Jack. Tens was good there too.
For those of y'all that don't know the Nick game,
3 bets 30.
everybody gets a little placard.
I think I was bluffing the camera.
To get rid of your placard, you have to win a hand. The last person remaining with a placard
We need to see everything.
has to pay the nit tax. And in this instance, the nit tax is $200.
That's
That will be put in as a splash pot
He's gonna
in
do
the
it.
very
Of
next
course
hand
he does.
after the nit game is resolved. No, raising 2 kings. Brian giving him some action with the Doyle.
So
This is a very Brian hand.
here, that you just see my head.
Everyone says when you have kings, it always comes ace high. It's now come
You
ace
see their
high for
face and then
Noah.
see my head.
Kings cannot lose his hand unless he folds. I think Brian's just going to try and get the showdown. See if Noah puts out a little value on the river. Does. Brian folds 2 kings, gets rid of the nib button, and was the best hand.
Oh my god, these cans are too good.
Oh my god.
Aces, kings. That's all y'all play.
Aces and then
That's all
kings.
you're playing. That's all y'all play.
It's not my fault. It's all I get dealt. That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm blaming him.
Yeah. If that's all I get dealt, that's all I can play. Oh my god.
It's okay, Noah. It's okay.
I hope
Every
people get dealt
time-
aces and kings for
Every time
the
I see
entire
aces,
stream.
like win a big
Makes
pot
for
and
some
they
fun
turn it up on
content.
the table, you
Then
know
you
the
get some big
scene
pots
from,
built for sure.
From
Aces, kings, queens. I mean, I guess
Suicide Squad.
we're only 6 hands in. We've
Smith
seen
fires the
kings
gun.
twice, aces once,
That's
queens
what I
once.
think about every time. Like I want to see. I just want to like.
Some big hands.
That's the good stuff right there.
Smell the
That's all it takes is for someone to get a little bit worse hand than you when you get dealt aces or kings. And then you can make some money. Got a bunch of trash.
You're making it easy on us already.
A lot of trash. Mo.
Never easy.
My favorite hand. Let's go Mo.
Don't do anything silly.
Gonna raise it up.
No walks.
Tish with king deuce suited gonna defend the straddle with his nit button.
Oh yeah, defense.
Doesn't need to 3-bet. Both players have a nit button.
Game.
No.
I know.
Deuce flops best here. This is the best hand in the first place. Mo gonna stab at it. Tish may stick around for a little bit with a pair and backdoor clubs. Mo's really gonna have to will this one into existence. Not a lot of backdoors. A 7 or a 10 does pull ahead. That's a 5. That's not gonna help him. Let's see if Mo wants to try and will this win into existence. Tish has a hand that he could get to fold. I don't think Tish has ace-3 off very often, or 6-3 off, so. Tish taking a showdown value. I don't think a bet would get through here. I think Mo's just going to give up. He could go polar, but it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. A lot of the hands he'd go polar with would bet the turn. Hands like 7-6, ace-3. He's going to go polar, close to pot. He's really repping 7-6, which I think he would bet again on the turn. Tish, just as confused as he should be. This bet doesn't make a lot of sense. Gonna go for a bluff. Just trying to get Mo to fold an 8.
Nice hand.
Yeah, that's okay.
Tish value bluffing there at the best hand.
Thank you.
That's when you know it's a good game, when people are bluffing with the best hand.
I like it.
Those
I
are
like
great.
it.
You don't have to do that. There's another button.
Not happy. Mo losing with my favorite hand. The
You can
10-7.
see my 10 high.
See, I just thought that button was more fun, so I wanted to click that one. It was like it was shiny too, and like glittery and.
Could have
Just
been a
picking up
mistake.
a lot of dead money.
Call, but the sliding went, oh, raise.
No.
I don't mind the raise.
That button just looks.
You can fold out some slightly better hands. A 4, a 5, and 8.
I don't know why I just checked if you
Some
had
slightly
any
better. I don't know what
Honestly,
hands
I
Tish
forgot we raised
Hex
this game.
Bath that want to raise
Like,
that
it's behind
river.
there? No, it's not.
Or some pot size.
Brian is
There's
just
all
like
sorts
on
of weird
one
stuff going on there.
constant game, so it's
I'm not
always
gonna
moving
dive
as
super deep
possible.
into the strategy behind that hand.
I completely forgot we were playing that because we've been playing for so long before.
True story.
Tim with a big hand, ace queen, and still a nip button.
I know.
Mo getting creative. Oh no, that's the Catman getting. 3-betting out of small blind, pretty standard. Tim most certainly going to see a flop.
Don't forget your microphone. As somebody who's prone to forget. Somebody who's made that mistake more than once.
Yeah.
Next thing we hear.
Off we go. It's a battle, King Jack versus Ace Queen. Catman with the nut
Been
advantage.
there.
Been there, done that.
Ace high
Twice.
flop, great for Tim. Catman gonna rep it. Tim probably just gonna call. Our hand wants to put more money in, but not a lot more money in. Strong hand, but not the nuts. Club would be an interesting card. Tim holding the club. It is. Catman holding a club too. See if how they want to play this. Catman gonna go big. If I'm Tim, the only two hands I'm really afraid of here are Ace King with the 8 King of clubs. And then that's pretty much it. I mean, we have too much hand to fold though. Top pair, a good kicker. Nut flush draw. A club would be the king of clubs would be, or the queen of clubs would be a very interesting river. Queen run out for ace queen. See if Catman's gonna rep the flush. It's gonna go check check. There's not a lot of value you can get here. You're kind of gonna value own yourself. If Tim's checking ace king. Like a check. Ace queen's the winner. Well played. I don't think if the Catman had gone for it, it would have worked.
With the ace of clubs. Nice hand.
Nice pickup by Tim. And he gets rid of his nip button.
Yeah, you guys would not have wanted to hear that one for sure.
Tish being a good player, removing his microphone before he goes to the bathroom. Last thing we need is a bathroom mic.
Just kidding. Not funny, I know. Not funny.
If I bet were you jamming?
No.
It would surprise me, bro. It's the only reason I didn't. I thought I was good, but I was like, if I bet if you jammed on me.
You should have jammed. You had the ace of clubs. You were the one who should have jammed.
I was just like, you jammed on me.
A-Town, I think Catman is capable of unloading the clip. I don't think it's a great spot to do it. The Jack of Clubs doesn't unblock a whole lot. Because Tim could have so many flushes, so many sets. And when someone can have that much value there, it's typically good not to go bluffing. No, we're going to defend. I got a race here, 10-9 versus 6s. Let's see who gets there.
Maybe you should figure it out on myself.
I would have respected it.
They're real small. You can get away.
6 is way out in front. Noah's going to at least see a turn. Goes check check though. Catman trying to pick up some, turn some equity. Maybe turn a pair. He's going to check check again. 6s, still the best hand.
6.
Commentator is indeed here. I think I'm here at least. How you doing tonight, 3-bet bluff? Did you change your name again?
Huh.
I don't remember being 3-bet bluff last time.
Yeah.
Ooh, 20.
Last time.
Good try from you too.
Some of y'all change names way too often.
No, it's a
I don't know if it's a mess with us who interact with y'all on a regular basis or what.
Well, technically it's D straddle if the 10 is
But it is I, DT, here in the booth tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you everyone for joining me tonight for another exciting 2-5 no limit
Y'all ever
hold'em
get
game
changed
here
name
at
to
TCH
2-5-10?
Houston.
Why?
Because it's 2-5-10.
Well, 510 sounds like 3 blinds.
It is 3
It is 3 blinds.
This is a 3 blind game.
It's always 3 blind.
But it's cooler if it's titled on
Should I
YouTube.
change 1-3 to 1-3-6?
No, because it's not mandatory.
Because it's optional.
No,
I'm admit, I don't play 1-3-6.
He's saying that because it's mandatory on the stream.
Yeah.
So you should call it 2-5-10. Because it's mandatory. But on the floor, it's different. So it's not.
Talking semantics right now, what the game is. Ryan getting caught with his pants down, he's gonna fold. Tim's gonna get rid of his button with the best hand.
Oh my god.
I don't think it's a good idea when you get
I wanted to defend, but like, I already played that hand once.
Those fours.
The disrespect.
you really can't defend once you start laughing.
Yeah.
I wanted to defend.
Yeah, for that one. I did.
I just couldn't with that hand.
I know it was really.
Rebel Poker's not bad one.
What? Oh, like 9-3.
Pretty close.
8-3, 9-3 off, something like that.
Pretty
I-
close.
I don't think I've ever defended a hand after I've started laughing or
nice.
making awkward
If
faces.
you done that, you could do that
I'm
to
just
me.
done.
Tim, you're the last one with the nip button, huh, Tim?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Mr. 200.
Good try.
It's if my
At
hand was
least someone has-
playable, I would have defended.
Lost the Nick game. I don't know who lost the Nick. Who didn't win a hand?
It wasn't in my
Only 2
range.
cards that were suited.
It wasn't in my range.
So
MF?
unsuited, no straights.
Definitely suited.
Suited he's
I don't know who lost the
Any
hand.
2, he's calling suited.
I'm kind of confused.
I folded
On the
I folded
resolution
suited
of that
hands
game?
pretty well before.
No way.
Yeah. I find that hard to believe. Because you called the 3-bet with 6 deuce suited. I don't know what worse suited hands we could have.
There's some bad ones out there.
Yeah, it's fucking unbelievable.
Yeah, I wonder what kind of suited hand are you talking.
This looks like the splash pot with all these limps. MF limping the 9-3 suited. Tim gonna.
Let's play bingo.
Yeah, this is a splash pot.
Bingo!
Brian with the computer. We have a bunch of non-premiums.
You got a chance to bluff.
May the luckiest man win.
B3.
They're playing bingo.
Check.
So far, Mo has won the bingo. Just gonna check through.
The luckiest man.
MF gonna take a stab. It's not going to work. Mo has a hand. See how he wants to play it. First MF decides for a raise. Not a big one. Don't forget there's $200 more in that pot than the 120 that's showing. There we go. So there's 520 now. See if MF wants to draw. Just lets it go.
Mo got his money back.
Not bad.
Not bad, not bad. Good luck.
Oh,
not
Mo
bad.
lost
Got
the
your money
Nick
back? And more?
Okay.
That's what you
Yeah, the best hand.
That's how you play the Nick.
It always feels good to get your
Here's the
$200
best
back.
result.
You had like a 7 high flush draw.
Maybe.
Feels like a 7 high
It was coming.
Hey, I can have trips.
flush.
I can have aces.
You could have a lot of hands, dude.
I can have aces.
Mo could have a lot of hands.
You cannot have aces there.
I don't think Mo ever has aces that
Literal
way.
aces in the
Live
splash
with
pot.
aces.
You don't know his pre-flop strat.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
I don't know if limp in with aces in the splash pot is a good pre-flop strat.
Well, I did once. I think I stacked somebody. Probably Tish.
I would never live these.
Oh, we
never.
Too many things go wrong with you with aces.
MF is not a chaser. Well, sometimes he's a chaser. He's really only a chaser when he has the nut flush draw. I've noticed,
That's true.
and not a paired board.
Trapping with aces is very risky.
I've seen MF chase some pretty some pretty, or chasing some pretty big pots. Catman getting a little out of line with the, or a lot out of line with Jack Deuce. No new Nick game, just Catman being Catman. Tish is calling. I'm confused by the action. Tish is calling with Ace 4 and the hijack. We have 2 sets of hearts. Brian flops best with an 8. This is a pretty connected board. Not super duper wet, but it's wet enough.
I was looking at me and I was like, it's good.
Yeah, we're like, we're waiting.
I'm gonna check through. 9's good for Brian. Brian's gonna bet. Brian probably has the best hand here.
It's so small.
Everyone should fold.
Three dollars.
No one has anything. Easy hand.
Oh.
Button's right.
Like, what the fuck do I owe you $3?
Button's right.
I believe you, I believe you.
Because there's no ones there, of course. Of course you believe. Only me.
I'll watch it back.
Oh, that's crazy, dude.
Watch the footage.
Tim's getting crazy now.
What?
50.
Oh, shit.
Oh, we have the exciting
That's not
Catman
crazy,
special.
That's normal.
The blind
Yeah,
straddles.
standard Tim straddle.
Or they're all blind. The straddles for a lot. Looks like he's got the 50 on right now. The Catman special. So it's the 2, 5, 10, 50 game right now.
It is a straddle, sir. It is a straddle.
That's a regular straddle.
I just want to make sure. What he can do is
Tish fold. MF with a good hand. Just folds. Doesn't want to get involved. No with a pair. Gonna raise it up. Little 2.5x. Tim is not folding any hand he has here for this price. Nor should he really, to be honest.
My
Now we
bad,
got ourselves a race. You know, the classic race, King 7 versus
I know everyone
6s.
else is gonna fold, to be honest.
7 in the window. Not a great flop for 2 6s. Or the King 7, really. But I don't think the Catman's in a folding mood. Noah gonna bet range here. C-bet, Catman gonna call. Not a great turn for either of them. Noah's gonna check back, looking for a 6 or 9.
Cooper.
King 7's gonna win.
Look at you.
You win.
Sometimes the straddles pay off, guys and gals. Sometimes they don't.
Flying, I don't have chance. He's 2-5 game. Please make the blank.
It's a 2-5 game.
You keep on forgetting to make change for the small blind.
I think I didn't get changed, but sorry. Nice hand, Tim.
Just for the sake of stakes, it's a 2-5-10 game. I know it's not listed in the thing. They were talking about this earlier, how it's actually a 2-5-10 game, even though it's advertised as a 2-5 game. But the straddle's basically auto. It's agreed upon by all the players. Welcome to Texas. All the games are larger than advertised. And the Catman already starting his Catman things with the 50 restraddle. For those of y'all that don't know the structure of our stream 2-5 no limit hold'em game, you can straddle for any amount, and the straddles are uncapped and unlimited. So if someone wants to straddle for 20 after the 10, they can. If someone wants to straddle again, they can straddle for 40, at least 40. If someone wants to straddle again, at least 80. Keep going until you get to the dealer. That's the last straddle that can be put on. We've done it a couple times. I think when I did it, it was 10, 5, 10, 20, 40, 80, 160, 320, 640. I did not win that hand. I know I've had the 320 on twice, and I lost both those hands. I might have done something stupid. one time. I think it was on stream. Actually, I don't think. I know it was on stream.
Check.
Ace King High the best.
7 checks, 3 checks, 4 checks.
Just gonna check through. Ace King now way the best hand. Mo needs Noah to make top 2 pair. Mo gonna lead this turn. Kind of a weird hand to lead. You're hoping Noah's got a middling pair. He folds. Top pair, top kicker, not folding. 2 pair would be disastrous for Noah. And that's what Mo's hoping for.
Wake up to the bigger.
Clean run out. If Mo bets, he's gonna get called. After you get called here on this street, I think we're just done.
7 checks.
Rebel Poker with the name change back. Are there any habits in? What's the question? Am I missing something? Habits? No, we're gonna bet for value. Bet big too. Really targeting ace 10, ace jack, ace 5.
MF, what'd you get to eat?
Gift change.
Yes, I know.
I have never heard of that. Is it good, Rebel? Habit Burger Grill.
I didn't understand.
I know.
Look this up.
That was a,
Stupid decision.
No, I wouldn't say that.
that was an interesting interaction.
I'm stupid.
No.
Very fun, very cool.
There is one here in Houston.
I knew it.
Oh.
Their left straps are good.
Oh, it's hot. Is it Hot Toddy? No.
A little bit salty for
Is it Habitat? I'm so confused now.
Yeah, it's probably better.
Habit Burger. No, that's just Hot Toddy.
It's been at least
Yeah, I don't see any habits in Houston.
Yeah, for the Chinese.
Is it good?
your, popcorn shrimp.
Is it something I need to visit the next time I'm in another area? I'll put that on there. I love a good burger.
30.
4 bets, 30.
Tim gonna open the King 7 suited. No new Nick game yet. Jonathan, got a 3-bet suited king on the button.
Let's go, Johnny.
Looks like Tish is woken up with a hand. Nope. A hand that goes straight in the muck. 6s. Was the hand? Just
Maybe one.
not the hand he wants. 2 suited kings going to battle here. Both really just looking to flop a flush draw. This is not a top pair hand. Jonathan flopping the flush draw is probably going to take us down now. It's going to be a check bet fold.
Yeah, you play a lot of hands.
Nick game next turn?
All bet. Noah doing a great job of making sure the Nick game stays on as much as possible.
Yeah.
Well, the 10 deuce
I
too?
got kings also.
That's a pretty prestigious
I also got kings.
title. Anything special I should order if I happen to one?
Keep doing the cards.
Because I know lots of these burger chains sometimes have
There's one time when he
hidden
used me to fill a
menus
kilo
or
game
secret
up for the break
menus
'cause there wasn't any fish.
or special
And then I showed
combinations of things that just make it better than the normal stuff on the menu.
Oh, that was a punt.
Oh, we got so
You remember that,
close.
Tim?
That was a punt.
We got so close.
I think I did actually. Whoopsies! Not good at PLO. I shouldn't have won, that's for sure.
I mean, Tilo. There's some strategy in Tilo,
Yeah, I don't know it.
but it's not like too in depth. It's a fun game.
I think you called me down last night.
Play pot limit,
if I remember
hold it
correctly.
next time.
Pot limit.
Oh,
Hold'em.
that'll be stupid.
Pot
That sounds
limit.
like Tim. That
That's
sounds like
it's
Tim's
basically
game.
what we all play
Sounds like
anyway.
Tim's game. Sounds like Tim's game right there.
I mean, no, because you can open. Well, I guess.
No opening suited king jack. Brian calling ace jack.
Hold'em would be weird with the Nick game.
Yeah. And you can't open
Standard MF's gonna defend. 7-6 off.
on the river.
Sounds horrible
That's
for me.
that's a huge.
Sounds horrible for me.
That's a
I believe
huge
this is
part
the first hand of a
Hold'em.
new Nick game.
3 players.
6 in the window with the jack. Oh, everybody flops a
Jack.
piece.
1 check, 3 checks, 5 bets, 50. 1 check.
MF calls. See how no one wants to play this. Maybe putting in a raise.
250.
Big raise, but top pair, top kicker. Brian going nowhere with this hand.
5 calls.
MF lets go of his pair of sixes wisely. Either player with a diamond in their hand. Noah just turns the best hand. Top 2 pair. He's gonna check. Brian looking for an ace. That's gonna kill all the action.
I win. I win.
Once it checks through, he does indeed win.
You were ahead?
Yeah.
I'm value betting that.
Three.
I swear.
Fucking diamond on the river, man. Like,
I had ace jack.
you had ace jack?
I got a 7
Sick.
diamond.
Damn.
It is
bro.
indeed sick.
Got a 7 diamond. Good hand.
Thanks. I got lucky.
Brian,
I got very lucky.
I had to go to the river to get it.
MF did indeed have the 7 of diamonds.
There's no way I can go up to the river.
Maybe I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure he had the 7 of diamonds. He would have
Sounds
won
like I'm getting
had he made it
all
to the
on
river.
Little
river
I
bet.
thought about it. I mean, nah, if I
You
bet
just saw him
with
call
that
a
hand.
top pair earlier.
No, what am I thinking? What am I fucking thinking?
What are you gonna raise you?
They're referring to the very light call that Brian made earlier with just top pair on a 4 flush board earlier to start the stream off.
Two
No,
pairs is
that-
a lot
saying-
of pairs.
Yeah, I know.
It's
Because
like
I
the most
you
hand,
go
that's
for
the
some-
most pairs you can have without
Yeah.
improving your hand.
like I know,
Right?
like I know that he doesn't have a diamond, but I also don't have a diamond.
Hey, he folded
2
straight.
pairs, the most pairs.
It is. It's the most pairs.
He folded straight, so remember.
Brian getting in the mix now with his nip button.
I
8-5.
did fold a straight, Tim. I had a 9 in my hand. I don't know what the fuck you had, but I had a straight. I flopped open-ended and I turned it straight in that hand.
5's likely
You know
gonna
my motto,
sit here with
right?
nip
Play,
button.
play bad, get rewarded.
I like this.
You know my motto. Play bad, get
I
rewarded.
like just. All the 5s are gone. Brian gonna see a flop. All the 5s are dead. So Tish is gonna have an interesting navigation through this hand. They're incredibly deep. 5's still the best hand. He can rep this board, chooses not to. See if Brian wants to rep this. Doesn't. Here's checks. Tish can now get counterfeit. Looking probably to just get to showdown. Might place a small bet here. Brian could very easily have a 10. He's gonna bet like he has a 10. Bet small, 200. 5s are probably too strong to give it for 1 bet. A king would be disastrous. Oh, an 8's disastrous too.
Whew, got there.
Oh my god.
Brian. Brian just
Oh, yeah.
messing around and gets there.
Annoying, right?
He was in terrible shape.
So disgusting.
Nice man, nice man, nice man.
Nice hand.
Literally, what the?
Oh man, food
That's a
trucks,
silly way to
Rebel
get
that
there.
only take cash. That's when you know
Got the
that.
fire in the river, about to get
That's
an
when you
8.
know the
How's it
food's
go?
gonna be.
I got a pair.
busting.
I guess I'll check.
I got showed down.
Yeah, I got showdown value. I'm done to check.
That's when you know.
God.
Excuse me for a second. Leave y'all with the players. That's while I take a small break.
Yeah, you have my hand dominated.
I did.
Jesus. What a fight didn't come.
No, because then you'd need to have an 8 as well.
My time to shine.
Daily affirmations. Handly affirmations.
Brian, every single time you fold pre-flop, I'm gonna think your hand is exactly like 9 deuce off. If we're peeling there with 8-5 off, I don't know what the fuck you're folding.
It was not suited.
What are we folding?
It's not suited.
What are we ever
There's
folding?
no telling what he had.
8-5 wasn't suited either. It's 8-5 heart diamond.
Yeah, hot diamond.
They look similar.
They were both red.
Same color.
Good colors.
Suiting color, right?
That's so crazy. I have a folding range, okay?
It's very narrow. Not as narrow as Noah's opening range. But like the other way. So sick, dude. So sick.
Ooh.
I'm back. Tim wins a medium-sized pot, getting rid of his nib button.
Wow, this is a raisable hand. Like, see, max value.
No, I think a lot of places are card only. But I feel like the last couple of food trucks that I've hit up, they were cash only.
Max value.
Like really hit. Like they were bangers.
We play great down here, guys. We play real good. Perfect.
So it's very interesting working for a nationwide restaurant company. I feel like working in the food industry has to be super interesting. Well, at least you get to try the food.
That's pretty crazy. I mean, I like it, Tim. I mean, I really like
Get
it.
a dealer change.
6, 7.
There's a little waggle to the wiggle.
Huh. That was a straight. One pair.
For those of y'all that are excited, I
Where's the
got something
riverbed?
for you. Nice little trailblazer. So,
Attention Houston, Texas. The Trailblazer Poker Tour is coming to Texas Card House Houston from February 26th through March 10th. 10 big events, including the $100,000 guaranteed multi-flight and the $500,000 guaranteed main event. This is your second to last stop to rack up points in the Trailblazer Points Championship. First place wins a Chevy Trailblazer SUV. More details at texascardhouse.com.
Now to buy it.
But then on the river, he's like,
The Ripper got there and I was like, now I'm not so sure.
Houston Trailblazer.
now my
Stop by.
secretary doesn't see
Good to
that.
see a lot of y'all here. Hope to see a lot of y'all here.
Okay.
I'll be doing the final tables for a lot of those events.
My bad.
So I hope to commentate on some of y'all making the final table. That'd be exciting. Rebel, yeah, Caster, they're definitely trying to spread around stuff. Catman playing the 7-deuce game with himself. No, the real hand just lets it go. That's a very big sizing.
I haven't
Doesn't want to get involved.
I was putting it there. I'm sorry.
Jonathan, with the best hand, you're gonna let it go. The Catman.
That's it. That's it.
Playing the 7-deuce game with himself.
That's how you play the
It's always fun when people are willing to play the 7-deuce game, especially when no one else is playing the 7-deuce game.
Jam or fold. Oh, shit.
Can't peel. Actually, I guess I can. But
You can for sure
not
peel.
with my hand. My hand couldn't
You
peel.
can peel, and if you miss, you can fold.
You would have peeled my hand.
Yeah, I don't think the online stuff's gonna help versus when the guy's 3-betting you to 11 fucking S's.
I do think that this jammer fold.
Find that on the GTO Wizard boys.
Agree, Tish. You're not gonna find that hand in GTO Wizard at all.
Your phone actually explodes if you try to solve that.
Mo trying to make a pseudo ace. Jonathan folding my favorite hand. We can't be doing that. Top pair for 2 players. No kicker.
Keep up with service.
Mo has the most
We check that.
potential. Don't mind the check. Turns his additional equity. Don't mind the check by MF either. Gonna go for a little bit of value now. Hope we don't get raised. Targeting Queen X, Jack X. Hands like King, Queen, Jack. Jack King, Jack 10, Queen 10. And this is a chop pot. This is gonna be who wants it most. Not a 9. The river was a king. Graphics are a little wrong. Or it could be a 9. I don't know. I'm drunk. Who knows? Mo gonna overbet. This would be a 6 spot if MF finds it in his heart to rip it. But when you rip it, you're really only getting him to fold hands that we beat. So calling is probably... Yeah, it's a king. Mo really repping a hand like Ace 10, Queen 10, even King 10 could have checked. Not a great spot for MF. MF not a believer though. Does find the fold. He's gonna get shown that he was chopping. You don't want to be calling to chop.
It's not fair.
I love that hand.
One of the things you in spots like those you want to think about is, are there hands that I beat that he's betting? And if there are, then you can start calling more. But with MF's hand, there aren't hands that he's beating. Like a lot of the hands that Mo could be turning into bluffs are 2-pair or straights. Or really just 2-pair, because straights aren't not a bluff, but 2 pairs could be value betting super thin.
Got a mic on too.
MF, they can hear you talk with your mic on. Oh, he took it off. Oh,
Can't hear MF. He took his mic off.
good catch though. It would have fooled.
I'm waiting for someone to mess up with the mic on,
I definitely would have my mic.
and I'm gonna call him out for it. I've had a mishap with a mic in a stream game before. I had a mic they mic'd us up for a stream game one time, and I busted the stream game. Decided to leave, left. Started driving down the highway, just, you know, singing in my car like a normal person. Didn't realize that I was still mic'd up for the stream. I don't know how far I made it past the property. Obviously, I went back, gave him the mic. But I wonder how much... They didn't tell me anything. No one said anything to me, so I imagine it cut off pretty quickly. But I always wonder if someone had heard any small bits of me singing. As we now have a 3-bet pot here. Jonathan with top pair, good kicker. Cammy with bottom pair, best kicker. Gonna see at least a turn. We don't flop bottom pair to not see turns here. Big old banana. Jonathan likely to continue to go for value. There's tons of worse hands you can call by. I can see him checking. It's really a check to induce. We're never folding for this. Always calling at least. Maybe he could be check raising. There's some small frequency, but we're at least calling. Now we're never folding. Top 2 pair.
Here. I got it.
No.
Checks to induce doesn't work.
Not hand.
I don't think that's a good river to check to induce, because I think a lot of the hands with showdown value aren't going to bluff. And a lot of hands without showdown value, once you show that you're still interested, aren't going to bluff. So I'd really just go for a little bit of thin value there.
I know.
The line looks a little sketchy though.
Ace 4 here, Ace 5.
It's supposed to be a chop, so yeah.
Ace 4 and Ace 5.
I mean, you can't call it ace 4 there. You're not. In hindsight, you
Rough
chop.
spot.
Yeah, that's a bad spot for ace 4 to be in.
Yeah,
That's a really fucked up spot to end up with ace 4.
I know.
3 locations in Houston: Toyota Center, Shell Energy Stadium, and Jones Hall. Is it like a certain stall or just your POS? I guess that statement could still be one and the same.
That's
The same, your POS at 3 locations of.
One without looking at his hand.
Oh, nice hand.
That's a pretty good hand.
That's a pretty good hand.
Solid one.
Solid hand to look at.
Tish, beautiful 6-5 suited with the knit button. Folds. Come on, Tish.
Seat 1, seat 9.
Catman gets a walk? Oh. Yes, Houston does have a ridiculously low minimum wage. I mean, I have thoughts on minimum wage, but I'm not gonna get political here in the chat. We're here for poker and random side stories. Is the food at the locations you have POS installed at delicious?
Bro, that hand was so bad.
Alright, I know what he had now. That's good.
You can watch that one back. You can watch the live stream back and
Make it this easy on me?
No, he's not gonna make it easy on you. Catman gonna open it up. Tish with a huge premium here, gonna 3-bet this one for sure. Gonna go massive. I would go massive.
You can see what hands I pulled pre-flop.
Does go massive. That looks like 240.
I've always wanted.
I like the
We always know.
sizing. Catman gamble. He does.
I never go back.
He's gonna gamble.
I never won.
Tish needs to dodge a queen. Beautiful flop for 2 10s. Beautiful. See how Tish wants to play this. So Rebel, do you actually do in-person stuff, or are you just like troubleshooting for the POS systems? I like this from Tish. Massive. Our hand is strong enough to bet call it off.
Come on.
Catman making a move with the Queen 6. I don't think we can fold. We have outs versus 2 pair. We beat all of his straight draws. And actually, the good news is versus Jack 8, 8-6, all those straight draws that need 10s, we're blocking those from completing, but we're not blocking him from making a move with a lot of those. The only one that he could have that we don't block from completing is 5-6.
You're just a little crazy today, so.
I agree, Tish. I think our hand's just too strong to fold.
Crazy temper.
Good luck, Colin.
They're gonna go once. That's close. That looked like a queen to me. I thought Tish was gonna get blasted.
Do I?
That's the winner. That's a clean run out for 10s. Catman reaching in for more chips. Tish picking up a big one with 2 10s. And getting rid of his knit button. Nice hand, Tish. Well played. Tim's bet was really targeted at ace-high, king-high hands, trying to get those to fold. I don't know how often Tish honestly c-bets for that sizing, but good pickup by Tish. I think even if the Catman wasn't going crazy, based on perceived range there, our hand is probably just a little too strong to fold. There's so many straight draws. We basically are only dead to a set. And there are lots of top pairs that would want to deny equity. Like if Tim had like ace-9, 10-9, 9-8. Catman reloading for 4K.
4 down.
He's 4,000 back.
We got the 20 on now too. Exciting. Brian limping the Jack 9. Mo gonna limp the button. Catman gonna limp the Ace Queen. This is probably gonna be a limped pot.
Oh, did I
No,
cut
it makes it
back?
200. Never mind. Oh, MF with kings again. MF's just gonna rip it.
Okay. Oops. Oops, it is.
What's that count?
And this is just gonna be. Does Tim want to gamble? This is a gross spot for Ace Queen. I don't think MF's doing it with a whole lot worse than Ace Queen though. The extra straddle though, this is less than 100 big blinds. With the Ace Queen though, you'd rather be jamming than calling it off. That's just how this hand works.
Call.
Makes the call. MF needs to dodge an ace.
Two full boards.
They're going twice. MF just dodging an ace right now. 3 queens is going to be good enough for the Catman on the first board.
I have full house.
Full house?
Queen 3.
I don't have a queen.
I think we know you don't have a queen.
Do you have a pair?
I got kings.
A-Town, Catman's capable of plenty of things when
No ace.
the money goes in.
Yeah, ace now.
Catman looking for an ace now after
Kings again,
using the
huh?
queens on the top board.
Yeah.
No heart for
Me first
Catman.
Ace.
MF with the only heart.
Heart for a sweat or what?
Ace of hearts would be a sweat.
Ace.
Very likely going to be a spot.
Mo would have scooped his hand. Mo would have fucking scooped. Mo
Oh,
would've
the-
fucking scooped.
Chop it up.
God.
Oh, ace for
Oh,
the
ace
scoop.
queen.
Ace for the scoop. So greedy, Tim. So greedy. Ace for the scoop, not ace for the chop.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
He's back, baby. He's back.
Wow.
That's all.
I had
Hey, typical Blackjack. Glad to see you in the chat. How you doing this
We know.
evening? Glad to have everybody out there
Yeah.
this evening joining me
I get it,
for
man.
this 2-5 no limit hold'em game here at TCH Houston.
I would do the
in
same
booth.
thing too.
Hope everybody out there is having a good evening. Thank you for joining me.
I might have ran it
Good,
once
good,
though. and been
good
real
stream so
sad.
far. Plenty of action as you can see.
I'm not
We have
even
kings and ace queen getting it all in pre-flop.
I'm not even asking.
A lot less reckless than you think.
Yeah.
They're less than 100 big blinds deep.
What time I can shop?
The 5-10 and the 20 was on that hand, so
Get back
crazy,
my
but not
$100.
too crazy.
Hard hand to lose with, man. It's a good one.
Tim's been getting the booty into the cards. Lots of deuces in his hand.
Good hand. King.
Well, lucky that you
Man
asked.
said ace, ace, ace.
So greedy.
Woo! He said, I'll take it all. Let's go.
Catman picks one up. Best hand, real hand.
Nick game
I'm
on.
leaving now.
Tim's a-
New Nick game too.
I'm about to leave.
Put that
I wonder
shit
if the
on.
oh I think the
Alright,
Nick
we
game.
can get it done in 30
I wonder if the
minutes.
Nick game had been involved in that hand too.
Yeah, 30 minutes.
I don't remember seeing the conclusion of the last one, but they're starting a new one.
Yeah, let's make it leave.
Yeah, just play the Nick game with me, man. It'll go fast.
MF
Fast.
No.
talking about how he's to leave soon. MF like clockwork leaves around 8:30. Or I say around, so it's usually between 8 and 8:30. But still like clockwork, he's gone. I think I've only ever seen it once where he stayed.
Look, if you and I
One
are heads
time.
up again, and it's between us two, I'll chop it with you.
And you have to go.
It's a pretty reasonable offer from Tish to try and get them to play the Nick game again. He has plenty of time. I mean, we're on a 15-minute delay, but that's still plenty of time to play a
You
Nick
have
game.
to act so he can kill his hand. Because if you don't act, then the hand's
Oh,
done.
okay. Makes sense.
Catman raising ace high, Tim defending 9-8. 2 overs and a gut shot versus bottom pair, top kicker. Check, check. I imagine. Small bet. Gonna continue with 2 overs and a gut shot. Catman with the ace of spades. Now best hand gets better.
I
Probably
guess
gonna
so,
check it back. Just a straight for
Yeah,
Tim.
it definitely does that. Oh my goodness.
That's the best hand.
What a river.
I would have liked to see Tim go for a little bit of value there. I think Tim's going to be checking back so many hands, and I don't think you're going to check raise the river. So if he's not going to be bluffing very often, let's just go ahead and try and get some value where value can be got.
Yeah, you post him in the stream. Tim.
Rebel, I have asked. They still don't have a schedule out for y'all yet. That will be posted soon. I will let y'all know as soon as I find out. As soon as I find out. I'm actually very surprised they don't have a schedule yet, considering it's so close. It's almost a month away from starting. But I imagine there's going to be an opening event followed by the multi-day 100K, followed by the main event, followed by some sort of closing event based on the time frame that they've listed.
I'm looking for a very specific version of it, so I have to wait. It exists. I'm just.
I imagine the opening event's going to be some sort of one day.
Right one, you know? It'll be out there eventually.
Then there's the 100K multi-day.
It got sold like instantly. Yeah, I called the dealership where it was at, and they were like, "Oh, I got sold over the weekend." And I was like, "Okay." They got a sick deal on this car.
No, I'm saying it was a good deal. You showed it to me.
Really good.
Yeah, that was a really
well,
good deal.
there was an S that was like probably 8 or 9K under market value for the car, and then I didn't pull the trigger fast enough because I was still thinking about it, and now I've sort of decided, as soon as I decided, it was gone. Because if you're looking for that kind of car, that would be the deal you were looking for. Yeah. And they like, I talked
Ace
to
is
the
the best
dealership, they
hand.
know what I want.
Mo calls bottom pair, top
any
kicker.
used
That's some
car
value.
comes in with that,
Third pair value.
that what I'm looking for, they'll call me about it.
Sometimes it's easy to figure out when you have the best hand.
They know they can move it that day, really.
Sometimes it isn't.
Who's that against that you jammed HP or something? HB.
In Jacksonville, there's one in Jacksonville.
You're
I was
bluffing
confined.
Oh yeah. Against HP. Yeah.
It was in Jacksonville. It was sitting there.
Did you call with worse?
Yeah, he called
I think
with.
I've ever seen something.
He called with ace 4 or something.
Yeah.
It might.
Hey, let's
Yeah,
three bet 5.
that's Rebel. That's all we got is the dates.
You probably
ace
could
wheel.
make 4 or 5K each.
No structure.
Board ran out.
Just the dates.
Brick,
Sorry
brick,
about
brick,
that.
brick.
I've been pushing for you.
And then I just.
Well, not just in general.
I just
Because
bet
I
mine
feel like
went
the
down
schedule
the
should be
river.
out now.
That's why I'm saying.
It was
wasn't a
surprising
jam,
how
man.
mispriced it
It
was. Unless there was something wrong with the car they
So
didn't
it's definitely for
disclose.
value then.
It was a value bet.
It's like a.
And then right before
It was a
HP
really
called me, he was
strange
like, "I'm gonna call,
situation.
and then he's gonna win with ace side." And then I said ace side.
That was pretty wild.
It was really funny.
Brian with a premium here. Brian's a little wild player. Tim gonna defend
Watch
Seat
it.
open.
9-8.
There's a seat open.
That's small blind versus big blind.
Me and Tim?
Always.
Always. Oh, he's getting a
A
weird.
fair fight. Ace high with a versus gut shot. Both these players are gonna see a turn.
Anything else coming?
Tim's not folding for this price. I wouldn't fold for this price.
Mandatory.
We have a chance to stack him for 60 bucks. Now we're open-ended, so it could get a little more dicey. Small bet again. Tim gonna call with this extra equity. Great card for Brian. The flush does hit, but there are a ton of hands we can get value from. I think this is a very clear bet fold river situation if Tim checks. Tim could try and rep these spades though, and I don't think it would work.
Check. That was a good river.
Oh, Brian has 2 kings
So good.
with the king of spades. That's a
Felt like
little
I might have bet
different.
there against check raise, so I'm just thinking back.
A check raise would have worked.
Could happen, I guess.
Brian's hand a lot worse than it
Never really know.
than it looked.
He did check raise with what,
CC
third pair
Stack.
earlier?
It was second
Has
pair.
100 pounds.
Normal poker, are you gonna make it down here for Houston when it happens?
You got 100 pounds.
I'm not
Come
gonna
on,
put it
man.
either way.
Big game.
Depends on how you got
New
there.
Nick game too.
He's leaving. He doesn't want to play.
Emma's leaving. He's gonna leave in 2 hands, and then we'll play.
Yeah.
Nice hand, nice hand.
Thank you.
You.
I guess he's out. Fold.
Okay.
I believe the new Nick game starts after this. Tish with Tim's turn with ace king. Come say hi to me when you come down here. Hopefully you make a final table and I can commentate on you. We have a classic, not classic race. Ace king versus 6s. 6 in the window set for Tish. Ace high is going to be the best hand here pretty often. See how Tish wants to play this. See how Tish wants to play. Gonna go for a raise, and that's gonna be the end of the hand here. I don't really see Tim putting any more money in without the ace of diamonds. Tim floats, drawing dead. This is... If Tim thinks Tish has diamonds and diamonds only, he may call this down. Tish has the effect of nuts. I don't think Tim ever has 9s. Big, goes pot. Trying to make it look like a flush draw. Tim could be a non-believer. He's thinking about this. This would be an absurd hero call down with just ace high. Not rivering, or not turning any additional equity. King or an ace. Barry would be bad A-town. I don't think... I mean, this is just a hand where if Tish is bluffing, you just gotta let him bluff you. We have so many better hands to continue with. All of our overpairs. Tish would have to be getting out of line way too often. He would have to be raising... I mean, we beat 7-8. We beat diamonds that don't have pairs.
Let me out. Yeah. I'm thinking, yeah.
Tim really thinking about this. Sometimes you just gotta resist your demons.
It's tough to fold,
Fold?
over pairs, Tim.
Nice hand.
It's very tough to fold over pairs.
Nice hand. This is tough.
What did I miss? A lot of money in that pot. Big one, big one, big one.
Eitan, you're right. And I have to tell people that all the time when they call turns and fold rivers, that if you're not willing to call a river, why are you calling a turn? Tim makes the decision that he's not willing to call down lots of rivers, which you'd have to. If you're calling the turn because you think ace king high is the best hand, you have to call some rivers. You just do. Like if the river pairs the 9, you have to call the river sometimes. Live $50 straddle. Tim's gonna just call. Phony Turkison, glad to see you in the chat. This man said it great. Hope everybody's enjoying the content, having a great week. If you like what you're hearing, hit that like for us. Just a simple like button. That's it. Ace high, the best hand. Ace high still the best hand, gonna win. What a fun game so far. Thank you, Eric. Thank you. Thanks for doing your part there. MF racking his chips up. I believe they will play in the game after MF picks up. Eric, glad to have you in here from Dallas. Catman with 2 5s. Brian with 2 overs. Both hit. Gonna be disaster for Brian. Tish in there with some random stuff. Completing with the straddle. Gonna not connect. Catman just raising right away. First, the Catman, the way he's playing today, it's gonna be hard to fold top pair, at least at this point in time. I imagine Brian's gonna, first this raise, Brian's gonna put in a little more money. Looks like the raise was to 275. A jack on the turn would be disastrous. They're getting the action tracker caught up. This is going to be an interesting hand. A 10, jack, or queen. All blanks on the turn. 6. That's a pretty big blank. Catman now full. Brian drawing live now. Board is not king 666. The king is king 566. Catman's got bottom full house. Has to be in love with the spot. Gonna bet really big. That's 2x pot almost. He's trying to get stacks in. Oh no, he bets 675. He bets full pot. This is 6 is a good card for Brian if we're gonna call flop. You have to ask yourself how often does Tim barrel with his straight draws when this card that's perceivably better for Brian peels off. This is a big bet too, pot. Because when we call this, does make a very good disciplined fold. Catman.
Play that game?
Yes.
Nice hand, Tim. Nice hand.
Let's get it going! Woohoo!
Trying to use his image to get paid.
I was behind there somehow.
Brian was right. He was behind.
You fold straight again?
I folded a king there, dude.
Brian's
But,
pretty
I don't think
truthful
you can
in
get
general,
the game going.
telling people what he's folding.
This time you get to find out.
Way good.
Tim lying
Find
said
out
he
later.
was way good.
I think Tim was ahead there somehow. At the very least, trips, probably even a boat.
Interesting hand. I don't know how Tim could have extracted more money after check raising the flop. You could probably go for the check raise, double check raise flop, check turn to check raise again. I think a lot of our flush hands want to check the turn, not bet it. So that's what it would look like. But Brian would probably check back. Little pot control. Jonathan gonna 3-bet it with a king 9 suited. He's aired tonight much more on the aggressive side. Catman flicking in the call with a king 8 suited. Feels like gambling. Noah, queen 10 suited hitting the muck. Tim gonna come along with the suited ace, and Brian most certainly gonna come along now with given this price with 2 7s.
Yeah.
Hard to believe given this action, 2 7s is the best hand. Let's see if we can hold up. Let's see if he can flop a set against someone. Two players flop, top pair. Diamonds for Tim. Jonathan has a top pair, but not a hand that wants to super continue. So he does improve, but not greatly. Queen 10 now gets there. Jonathan checking the flop will probably likely check this turn back. You don't really get called by worse here. King 10 beats you. He's going to bet for a little bit of equity denial. Catman's not going to fold his king for this value, for this bet. And I think this price is going to bring Tim along. You're just getting such a good price. Like, realistically, I think the 9 of diamonds is live here. So I'm going to call. With plans on potentially bluffing rivers. In position. Or, I guess he's a little out. He's in the middle.
Check.
And I don't think either of these players have a jack very frequently. But, coincidentally, Jonathan's made 9s full of kings. Is very likely going to place a bet. I would. Flush completes. You can get value from a straight. No player has a jack. Tim going to bet big. I don't mind this bet either. It's not big. It's very light. Jonathan can't fold his hand now. We obviously lose to a jack. We beat all flushes. We beat all straights. Yeah, we beat all kings. Just have to call. Tim's going to get shown the bad news.
King 9, oh my god.
Nice pickup by Jonathan.
Like, I know he doesn't have a fucking jack.
Gets rid of his knit button too. Good pickup. I don't fault him for betting. I'd be very happy with my flush there. I don't think Jonathan has a 9 very often. And obviously once you bet and you get raised, your hand becomes very easy to your hand's very easy to play. Unfortunate run up for Tim. Jonathan first to get rid of his knit button. 7-handed knit game, much more fun, and everything gets resolved very quickly. Most turn with king 8 and a knit button. Gonna raise it up. Catman hits the muck. Tish and Cat love battling, but Tish folds. Tim gonna defend a straddle with ace high. And the board comes ace high. See if Mo wants to range bet. Doesn't. Picks up hearts. Good delayed c-bet here. Tim's going to go for a little bit of value on the turn. Going to charge a queen. Going to charge all the under pairs to his ace. Mo has just enough hand he might get called here. Just enough hand. He could rep clubs. I don't think very credibly. He could rep this blocking the straight too. Tim probably gonna check, try and get to showdown. Mo gonna just check his king high. It does have a small amount of showdown value. He beats missed clubs. Small pickup for Tim. Still good. I would like to have seen Mo put Tim to the test there and bluff that river. I think it's a very good river to bluff.
Chilling.
It's been nice.
You said this is the first time playing the Nick game?
Yeah, actually.
Did not realize that Jonathan's never played the Nick game before today.
I've been getting hands.
Yeah.
It does help, Jonathan, that you have been getting hands in the Nick game. It does help.
I didn't. No.
You didn't want a hand.
That's
yet.
why I have a Nick one. No, I mean all night.
He won the splash pot.
I won the splash ball, yeah.
He won his own splash pot.
Yeah.
Mo not getting a lot of traction tonight. And sometimes that's just how it is. Sometimes the cards just don't fall your way. Looks like Jonathan's opened and Tim, the Catman, has 3-bet and is just gonna... Ryan, getting a little out of line. Gonna call. Catman, Jack 10, gonna 3-bet with his net button. It looks like Brian's gonna give him action with the Jack 4.
Bottle Coke, please. The Mexican Coke.
Out flops Catman. Pair of 4s, best hand. Catman gonna check back.
Okay.
Not a great flop for him. I like to see Brian lead this turn. Catman does check, does induce. Brian can't go anywhere with a pair of 4s just yet. A jack would be kind of disastrous.
I think so.
That's a great card for Brian. Jack 4, the best hand. That's wins.
Yeah.
It's an unfortunate run out for Jack 10 as we get a dealer change.
It's a Robbie, man. He has to play it.
That's fair.
Something like that.
That's a good hand.
What do you mean?
Pretty good.
Well, if I fold that, he's gonna.
For those of y'all
So
Wait, what do you mean?
that don't know,
I called because I knew Johnny was fucking bullshitting with his race.
we're still continuing in January our time sale. Buy $200 in time, get $250 for free.
I knew your hand was
Not free,
bullshit.
but
so I'm like,
$250 in time, get $50 for free. Additional $50. If you're gonna play, you might as well buy the bulk time. No reason not to. I see a lot of players buy hourly, 1 by 1. Just buy the bulk time. Save yourself the money. I see y'all here anyways. If you're gonna play, buy time. Simple as that. Hope everybody out there is having a good evening tonight. Thank you for joining me, DT, here in the booth for this exciting 2-5 no limit hold'em stream here at TCH Houston. Glad to have y'all here with me.
I mean,
It's been a great game
it's
so
not
far.
like I didn't show.
Hopefully we can get these two
forgot to
seats
give the
built for
button.
y'all sometime soon.
Yeah, you're good.
I'll let someone else figure it out.
If y'all are interested in playing, we got two seats open right now.
The knit button isn't that scary, Johnny.
If you get down here in time, Mo. Now
You're good.
A-Town missed a good session today. Got a good gym session today. My knee's still killing me though. Should probably get it looked at by a doctor instead of continuing to work out, pressuring my knee. Jack high versus queen high. Catman just looking at making a move. Mo does not want running diamonds. Good thing running diamonds didn't come. I'm gonna keep betting. Catman really thinks his queen high is best. Is gonna, and it stays best. Let's see if he decides to make a move or take a showdown value. Mo really putting all the. This would be a disgusting call with queen high.
7 gets 175.
Just mucks it.
There you go.
Gets
Win
shown
the
that he
hand.
folded the best hand.
Half
Mo willed that one into existence.
Forced to bluff.
Mid game will do that to you. Sometimes you just feel like you're forced to bluff.
It was the best hand.
It was not the best hand. It's hard for that to be the best
Jam
hand,
to
Jack
help
high
you
on
out
that
here,
board.
okay.
Tish, the big winner so far this stream. Catman, Tim, Mo, all in the red. Just a little bit. Jonathan up almost a grand too. Quietly. Tish folds the 8-6 suited. Noah 10-9 out of there. Tim, King-6 is going to be out of there. Brian has already seen a 3-bet pot today with the 8-5, so he's definitely calling the 40. The old 5-10, 20, 40. 2-5-10, 20, and whatever. Catman raising with the best hand. Queen 8 is the best hand. Boney Turgeson, do you have a gambling problem? I have a number I can post for you if you have a gambling problem.
Alright, you win the sentence. You had my hand dominated.
I don't think I have any stream or any loyalty points, despite being the commentator of the stream. I wonder if I have.
I won't believe what I pulled there.
Loyalty points.
What changed?
Should gamble them all. I find it
I felt me had
amusing
my hand
that
dominated, and I was right.
one of the interactive features that
I did, man.
YouTube has made, and Twitch, just in general, is the ability to gamble points that have no value. And in some cases, the streamers give them a little bit of value. Redemption value or for something. Whether it be a small something or a big something, just something. Make degenerates out of all of us, please. No with aces. It's been a while since we've seen these things. I believe there's another wild straddle on. See if he can get any action. $40 straddle on. Flicks in the call. Ace deuce. Catman does not want to see an ace. Ace high would be disastrous. Jack 8. All things considered, pretty safe flop for aces. Let's see how Noah wants to play it. Checks it back. Little small ball. Deuce. Catman pairs up. See if he leads out. Noah, if check 2, is certainly going to go for some value now. See if Tim wants to stick around for one card. He does have the ace of spades. He can rep the ace high flush. Let's see if Tim wants to rep this. He could very credibly have the ace high flush. Doesn't. Noah's going to go for some value. This would be an absolutely disgusting spot for Tim to go with a bluff. Noah kind of handicapped here. As long as you don't run into quads or pocket tens. Makes the call. Good on Noah for finding value.
Wow.
The Nick game.
They always give him aces or kings.
That's so fun.
Tim doesn't.
Cure, I guess.
Tim doesn't find a bluff. I don't really like. I don't really like to just call.
I don't know.
I think there are hands Noah could fold
I
that are
don't
better
play
than
good
ours.
hands because I don't get dealt good hands.
Ever.
When we get to the 10 of spades river, I think we'd be shoving all of our ace-high
Why would
flushes,
we ever get double in hand?
looking to call by a jack. Pocket aces, pocket kings, that's slow
Clearly
played.
willing to work with whatever. So why even, you know?
A-Town crushing some Wingstop.
That's not true. I've been doing a lot of folding.
We love some Wingstop. Wingstop's good.
Not
Wingstop's
even
good.
above 50 right now.
I know, unbelievable, right?
It's probably like 40 right now.
What a nit.
Jonathan limping the button. Looks like it's the 2-5-10-20 right now. Just gonna complete with Noah's got 9-7 to suit. The most reasonable of all these. Excuse me.
Family.
Had a hiccup. Most reasonable of all these hands. Just flops the nuts. Versus top 2 pair. And top pair open-ended. Oh, this hand could get spicy. Leads out over pot. Brian can't go anywhere with top 2 pair. Jonathan now in a spot with top pair open-ended. He's gonna put in a raise. Oh, this is gonna end so poorly. Catman with top 2 pair as well. This is a disaster for both him and Brian. Noah, obviously, all in. Woo. And Brian might be able to get away from this. We don't beat straights. We don't beat sets.
Whoa.
Does make the call. Oh, this is disgusting. And now Jonathan's getting a sick price. A sick price. To draw. Does make the discipline fold.
Short fold for the rest, 300. I'm so fucked right now.
And now we have an $11,000 pot.
Twice is fine with me.
Twice is good.
$11,000 pot now. 2 pair, same 2 pair versus nut straight.
Twice.
One of the 8s is dead, so there's 3 out.
Can you go twice?
There's only. There's no 8 left in the deck. There's only one
I
6.
got 7-9.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
8-7.
What you got?
8-7 with spade.
This is a 2-5 game. This is an $11,000 pot. Brian with the only spade.
When Noah jams, I'm just toast.
This is disgusting. Brian wins the first board. The only spade.
I have one spade.
Oh my god.
Take my money.
They looks like they will be chopping Tim's money, unless the last 6 hits. It doesn't.
No.
9-7 good for half the pot. 8-6 with the 6 of spades good for the other half.
Chop it up.
That's disgusting. Catman's money gets chopped up. Oh wow.
Yeah, they all had. They wouldn't do it.
That would have been disgusting if they had run it
What did
once.
At 8-7
8-7.
with the 7 spade.
The 7.
If I'm gonna bluff, it has to be that one.
I kind of knew that Noah had it when he just jammed.
8-7 is a good hand on this board. But
Oh yeah, but I mean 9-7 is better, obviously. But like,
when 3 people go
yeah, I
all
had
in.
fucking 6-8.
Chopping up the Catman's money.
Yeah,
yeah,
Noah
on the top
and
one.
Brian coming
I would've picked
way
him.
out on top. That's a. I
No,
mean,
yeah,
that's
I'm calling Tim. I just can't call Noah.
that's
You
a.
especially
cool
can't
looking
call
hand.
if I call behind.
I think maybe I can, honestly.
Really?
I can't call Noah.
Noah just has such a strong
Alright,
hand
that's it
there.
for me, guys.
Alright, Tim. Have a good one, man. Smoke
Catman
my
will be leaving us. Always fun to have him on stream.
fucking
Not his night. Sometimes it's the Catman's night. Sometimes it's not.
6
That goes for everybody. Sometimes it's your night.
That
Sometimes
was
it's
just
not.
a setup splash.
That was the
You know
setup,
what, HB?
kind of. I mean, that was just a setup. Top 2 pair, top 2 pair. Nut straight.
Come here from spades.
So, you guys want to change it to 5, 10, 10, and
5, 10, 10?
Yeah.
I'm good with 5, 10, 10.
Because it means nothing to straddle
that's
to 10 and have 3 blinds on 36 max.
5, 10, 10 is good with me.
What is that? 5-10.
Looks like-
10? Is that what it is?
Yeah. 5,
They're
10,
changing the game. Now we were playing 5-10 with a $10 big blind ante. Very interesting
His
hands.
hand is still 2-5.
Very interesting game.
Yeah, it hasn't changed it.
Okay.
It hasn't changed it.
Until the floor clears.
It's alright, it's alright.
It's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine.
Just until the floor clears it.
Donnie's not comfortable anyways.
Down to six-handed. I honestly, I thoroughly enjoy six-handed poker much more than full ring. From both a player and a commentator
That was the most
perspective.
setup hand ever.
From a player perspective, you see more hands more frequently. People have to make more moves. It's harder to make a hand. It's just much more actual poker being played, less bingo. From a commentator perspective, same reasons. Much more fun. People doing things.
Slapped it on the
Yeah,
flop.
it's-
Slapped it on the flop.
Still turning on the turn.
Just a lot
Couldn't
more
remember
interesting
on the-
You couldn't
poker.
remember another.
And y'all should
Oh,
appreciate
yeah.
it too. Brian
Honestly,
defending
I'm surprised I
the $20 straddle.
You should.
Brian got very lucky to not get scooped in that.
I got lucky and had a spade in my head.
Is it? What a dream spot too for Noah.
Same time.
Not even versus a set. Just top two pair, two players with top two pair. And you flop the nuts.
Okay, we can just keep it. It's
fine.
fine.
We'll
Just
just
keep it. It's
keep
fine.
it.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's
That's
fine.
fine.
Just keep it. Just keep it. We'll just straddle a bunch.
We'll just play 2-5-10 and we'll be okay.
Yeah. I checked that.
They can't change
we'll live
it
with it, yeah.
for the sake of the way the stream is set up. It seems like
Back to the
it will
1-3.
remain 2-5-10,
Keep it.
which is only a minor difference.
Value bet. Here it comes.
Yes, A-Town, you picked a bad time to I don't really think there's a bad time to start crushing wings. I think every time you crush wings, it's a good time. 11K pot, though. Nut straight versus top two pair versus top two pair. I mean, that's disgusting.
No hero call. I fold.
No.
No hero call. No hero call.
What?
I lose everything. What do you mean? I bought a pair.
Just
that
me.
point.
It's just me.
I had bought a pair.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Sure.
What a
The
hand.
price the same?
It's probably lower. There's only 6 of us.
Keep the price the same.
Oh, okay, never mind. Same is fine. Same is fine.
Up the stakes.
The table is the same as fine. Sure, it's fine.
If we had one less, I would say we should play with 2 buttons each. You can just play with one.
2 buttons is kind of hard to stick with. That actually lasts a long time.
It lasts
I
too
like
long.
the idea when it gets shorthanded, 4 or 5-handed, of playing the game with 2 buttons each.
I mean, if we get even shorter, I
It'll be a
might-
good
I
time
might-
for
I
you
might
to
try
start
and buy
this
y'all
weekend.
Yeah, for sure.
Is there gonna
Just
be
a standard,
a
you know,
post-stream, like,
Texas
couple
2,
players?
5, 10, 20.
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. It depends.
11K pot.
If they list
That's
the
it.
games.
I mean, I like shorthanded. I was just wondering.
That's it.
I mean, the game's still listed, I assume.
Yeah. Never know who's gonna show up.
I did announce the button move. Non-folded. C7. Yeah, 5 straddle, 6 folded. And then,
What a hand, though.
yeah,
Exciting for y'all.
9
I
folded.
know y'all love that 11K pots.
4.
I love it too. Tim gonna defend. Brian gonna defend. Brian limp called with the 7-4 off. Brian's been mixing it up. I mean, he likes to mix it up anyways. But he's really been mixing it up. 4s out flop. It's in. This is kind of paper rock scissors. Everyone dominates someone else. King 4 still the best hand.
I guess you also knew I didn't have it.
I figured you were betting your draw.
Tim gonna go for a little bit of equity denial here. Brian not going anywhere with this 4. A 4 on the river would be kind of disastrous.
We did 2 5s.
Okay.
4.
What's your kicker?
Best
Shit.
kicker.
Hi.
4 best kicker announced. Hey,
Mo pulled the best hand.
I hit a 10.
How to get Mo out of there, man.
always-
Mo just hang around.
Why I always fold when I hit?
Mo was gonna float us all the way and then hit a 10.
Short-handed now. Got a treat for y'all. Getting joined in the booth by a new commentator for TCH. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Shanice. A lot of you guys have probably played with me or gotten dealt cards by me, either one. I don't know which side of the table you like me on, but I'm here.
That means you're double threat. You can deal out the coolers and then cooler people while you're playing.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think I'm a better dealer than player, but maybe one day.
Maybe one day. What do you like to play most? No limit.
Oh man, I don't know. I like them all. I like games where deuces are good. So give me some 7 deuce triple draw. Give me some Raz deuce.
A mixed game specialist. I like mixed games. I think mixed games are fun.
Oh yeah, that's the most fun for sure.
It's less at risk, much more fun for the casual poker player. I think, and you don't have to risk your whole stack,
Absolutely.
which is also a plus.
I think you're supposed to play premium hands and hold them.
Wow.
I don't know.
You're supposed to, but I mean,
That's a good flop. Right?
you don't always do it.
No, and it's not fun that way.
It's definitely not fun. Tish picks up a small one with ace queen. I mean, that was insane though. 2-5 pot, $11,000 pot.
Yeah.
Top 2 pair
absolutely.
versus top 2 pair
All the
versus
money goes in. and
nut
like-
straight.
Yeah, and that's why if I would know, I would have been hurting because I'm a one timer.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Oh,
So that would've been-
you're a one timer.
That would have been very brutal.
One of the interesting things is when you play, and I understand it, when you play with a lot of the same people all the time, and you understand that there's going to be a lot of variance in getting the money in, running it twice is a lot more reasonable. Especially in big pots like that. I mean, even though the $20 straddle on, that's still a 700 big blind pot. But it does suck. It would have sucked because I mean you would have gotten got his money in about as good as you can get it.
Yeah, with the nuts. The
Yeah.
nuts is supposed to hold up and hold them. This isn't Omaha.
The nuts versus top 2 pair, top 2 pair. Now we got a little flush draw action versus gut shot, backdoor flush, and top pair open ender. All actually pretty reasonable hands. No, just checking back. Flush gets there. Noah makes top 2 pair. Not a great board to have 2 pair on.
That's kind of tough, and even for Brian, he might suspect that there's a bigger diamond out there. There isn't.
And he's not gonna find any value now. Phony Turgerson, a lot of people share your sentiment there. So for a long time I was a firm run it once person, and then when I started playing this larger game with these guys, you start playing a lot of high variance spots where you kind of just have to get the money in, and I understand the thought process behind running it twice. Like, if you're gonna get it in ace king versus queens a lot, running it twice helps mitigate the variance, but the opposite holds true too. Whereas if you're gonna get it in, you're getting it in because you want to win the whole pot. So running it once is fine. I've typically lately I've kind of leaned towards where if it's a big pot, I will run it twice to reduce the variance. When I say big pot, I mean like 600 to 1,000 big blinds, because that happens here frequently in 1-3 games.
Yeah, these games are very deep, so it's a little bit different.
Even 2-5, but I will never ever hate someone if they look at me and say one time, because, like you say, Phony Turkers, it's the way the game is meant to be played is one time and one time only.
Yeah, there's a lot of external factors other than the one hand. I mean, good bankroll management and risk mitigation. But also, people do play differently against you when they know that they have an opportunity to get those extra couple cards. Or I don't run 2 boards. I do not.
I agree. People will get it in a lot lighter versus you when they know that they can get 2 looks, which I think is a pro and a con, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it makes bluffing harder, but then it makes, but then when you're going for value, you can just get value when there's value to be got.
3-8.
PLO, I've been a lot more open to running it twice in PLO, just the nature of the game. It's just so much more volatile.
Yeah, absolutely. When you're, running 5% edges on turns, twice as nice. I'm with that.
But I like it. One time gal.
You know it. Hit or go home.
It's a good mentality. I think a lot of people have the wrong mentality about running it twice, where they're just trying to hit their draw twice, and I think it's a terrible way to get your money in. So I'm gonna get all my money in, then try and draw for half the pot twice.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't like that at all.
Which is
Really?
a lovely mentality that I want people to
I
have.
was feeling
when
a
they're
3-bet
getting
for
their money
sure
back.
coming from Noah. What the hell? What happened?
Noah had the best.
Did he just steal from them with those 5 deuce of hearts?
No, it was the best hand.
It was the best hand?
See, whenever I say it's the best hand, it's because the only playable hand it was down.
Okay.
But these players have been playing kind of anything, especially Brian. Brian's got a very wide range. It's always fun to have him on stream because sometimes he's a lot more conservative and normal playing, and then sometimes he's like he is tonight, where you cold call a 3-bet with 8-5
Didn't know there
offsuit.
was a difference.
Yeah, I like this Brian. He's got an infectious laugh, a wide range, and I mean, we all have a little bit of cabin fever after the snow days.
You gotta
Oh
start
yeah,
with
you,
a set,
you just gotta
pair
play.
hand.
You just want to play. I feel like there's more gamble on the floor than normal
Folding is
because of
the
that. Everyone's all riled up.
Absolutely. It was
That's the
cold.
best
Now we want to
one.
heat up.
When you fold a set.
Mo limping the 6-5 suited on the button. Not usual. We don't see this very often. A limped pot. 5-way limped
Look at this
pot.
knit, not in a pot.
Someone fold it.
You know what, Johnny? At least you got 5.
I'm regretting it too.
At least you have like 6 reasonable.
Mo's
defenders.
straight flush
Or,
draw.
5 reasonable defenders.
No one has really anything.
Only 3.
I guess Tish has 8 best kicker.
Yeah, the 6-5 of diamonds is looking great
Yeah.
on this board.
And imagine if Mo had just raised. Mo's overbetting the pot.
Overbet on the flop.
Oh wait, shit.
Now if he
Noah's a
had
bluff,
just
never
raised
mind.
like a normal person,
Never
he
mind.
could have
Then
probably
you're
made
okay,
more money.
okay.
Yeah, Tish called him out. I mean, I think that's nice. You actually don't want to be a turn or a river. You just kind of want to win the pot.
I don't mind it at all. The Knit game is on. Have you played a lot of the Knit game?
Actually not myself.
The
but I
1.5x
have
overbet in the
watched
flop.
it quite a bit.
I noticed.
It's definitely a nice game-changing addition to the whole thing.
Do you prefer a variant of the Knit game? Like, because there's the Squid Game one where.
I like the Squid Game.
Yeah, I like the Squid Game one too. This player group doesn't particularly like it. I know when I play with them, we've never played it.
1.5x is a little scary.
It's always the regular, the standard Knit game, which I think is fine too.
4 other people.
Do you like any of the other mini games?
Strength, in my opinion.
I mean, I'm old school.
Not very
7
often.
Seven Deuce game,
Yeah, or the 6-9 game.
6-9, the big
Whatever you
lick.
wanna do. Yeah, absolutely. That's a classic hand.
We've played very little 7 Deuce actually. I think I've only ever played it in all of my time playing stream games in the room for the 2-5 or large games. It's never been 7 Deuce. It's always been either the kill game or the stand-up game. And looks like we have some action here. We have Queen High flush draw versus top 2 pair for Mo. This is definitely gonna have at least 2 players seeing a turn. Mo decides to bet a little small. Holding the King of Diamonds is good.
He's very happy about having the King of Diamonds
Yeah.
here, I'm sure.
In position, you get to check back diamond turn sometimes. Just realize your equity. No dice for Jonathan. See if the sizing Mo wants to choose. When Jonathan plays his hand this way, based on the pre-flop action with raising and then just calling 3-bet, he's going to be heavily weighted towards flush draws and weak aces. So I think Mo's betting 300 to try and find that thin line versus not having him fold out too many hands, but still pricing, making sure the flush draws don't get in there too cheap.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's a great size.
Yeah, I like the 300 because it's kind of a disaster if he starts folding all of his flush draws, and a beautiful 3 of hearts. And unfortunately for Mo, no more action. You love this river. The question is, how do I get value?
Absolutely. Yeah, he got about the most he could get, I think, on the turn, betting 300.
I agree. Loman, glad to see you in the chat. The minimum buy-in for this game is $1,000 for this 2-5 no limit hold'em. The stream is a little bit different than the floor. The floor 2-5's a $500 min buy-in with cap. I don't think there's a cap actually. It might be a 2,000 cap and then match the stack actually.
That's how you send it, Mo. That's what I'm talking
And
about.
then the stream game,
Defense.
there's no max buy-in. So if you want to buy in for $100,000 in this 2-5 game, count for
Defense.
it.
That's how you play
good, brother.
I'm sure we've seen some stacks grow to that.
We haven't had any stack get over $30,000.
Run it on.
I mean, which when I say it
You
like
get
that,
him
it
if you get
sounds
first, you can't do
like
that.
that's a normal thing. It's not. It's not a normal
You
thing.
can buy a Nissan, I think, still.
Yeah,
For the
for
next
30,000. Yeah,
standing,
you can just
I was told by
actually you
really
can buy a lot
wise
of
man
cars.
one day,
You can buy
one way to
not
realize
a
all your
Camry,
equity
a Corolla,
the easiest way.
several Nissans.
Yeah, just jam
um,
pre-flop
I
so you
think
don't have to
the
make any
Civic-
decisions.
Yeah, Civic is still under
There's probably
30
no hand
for
that
just
goes
that. I think
$200
only a couple people have bought in for 20,
Oh, my
and
hand
we've only ever seen it go north of 20 a
I'm
couple of
just gonna throw
times.
that out there.
I mean, just a standard Texas 2-5 game, you know.
You know, nothing big, nothing fancy.
We've had some big stacks here, though. I think we've had a couple streams where the average stack was just north of $10,000. I mean,
all in.
Big money.
Jonathan ripping it with his knit button.
Listening.
Little does he know he actually has the best hand.
This is exactly what the Nick game is good for. Kind of
Can
pushing back.
I get the floor over here?
And it's
Let's see if Ryan wants
I feel like
to
the
do a
only
little
other
flip
Nick
ski.
sometimes you're just in the mood to gamble.
My God.
And he's got the 1,000 in his chip in his hand. He's just willing to gamble sometimes.
Big overbet jam.
The Nick game makes people do some weird things too.
And I wanted to play
Absolutely.
this
The
hand,
Nick
too.
game, I mean, he's probably thinking his Jack 9 is live. I mean, even
Oh,
if he is against Ace King or Ace Queen, it's a little bit tempting.
This is do I want to
I
gamble?
mean, I guess I could see it if I fold. Or I could see it and maybe win. if I call.
Have you made any super egregious calls because of the Nick game or shoves?
Not crazy egregious. Not anything that I wouldn't normally do, honestly. I mean, I
You were
would
ahead of
be
me, for
thinking
sure.
with Jack 9, Jack 10 hand in that spot with his stack also.
Yeah.
I mean, just 'cause, you know, sometimes why not?
Just gamble. And Jack 9 suited is the same thing as Jack 10 suited, realistically, equity wise. Yeah, you're just gambling.
Oh, sorry.
So cute. So cute. You want to see a flop.
See?
A-Town, you lost to Camry in 1 week.
You realize all your equity that way.
I mean, yes,
Fair fight.
we've all been there.
I mean,
Jack
you might
9
have
there.
won a Bronco the next week, so hopefully. So,
I could have. I was lying.
that's what I want.
needed
I want a Bronco.
The new one or the old?
Sure.
The new ones
There's a lot of turbo snaps in there. Dude.
artificial looking,
There's a lot of turbo snaps.
and the old ones have such more rugged. best-
The turbo snaps right
Car
there.
look. I'm not a big car
Thing,
person,
man.
but I know people that love the old Bronco that hate the new one.
lot of
So
turbos.
I've been
Two
explained
overs
in
is a turbo
excruciating
snap.
detail.
What's the difference?
Yeah, what the differences are. And to me, it's just superficial. It's all looks.
Right. If you're in Houston, you just need to get from point A to point
This is
B.
flash spot. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes more
Speaking
sense.
of Tish playing the
Why
loop,
did you ask?
What'd you call it?
On the monkey wheel.
10.
Oh yeah, this
Size
is
so big.
God. Living here all the time, I've never called it that.
He's still calling, but like.
I only play that hand out of town. I don't usually play it in Houston.
Not a great hand. We got some action here with two not premiums though. Top pair versus a flush draw.
You don't like it.
This is a 3-bet pot too. Neither of these players are gonna not want to see a turn.
I mean, if you play 7-3 of clubs.
And
the,
flop 2 clubs, you're gonna. I'm definitely gonna see a turn.
Absolutely.
Not a great turn for either player. Noah probably gonna check it back. Do a little pot control. Great river for Noah. See if Brian wants to bluff at this. He would have to bet extremely large.
I think Noah's one of those that would sniff out too big of an overbet, so it would be a tough line for him to walk if you wanted to try.
Noah going with the large
How about bluffing
to
there?
try and get an ace.
Want to see a turbo snap?
Calling it top or a king.
I
making
really
it go
thought
call.
about it.
I'm about to show. I was going to show you a turbo snap.
I
Ryan.
was that close to leading out for like 800.
My hand got better
He
over
would've
there.
won.
I would have gotten
Should we
snapped.
turbo run it
I
back?
agree. That would have been a turbo snap.
Yeah.
You have Jack,
Turbo run it back?
Jack
Man,
X
I was
over
that
there.
close.
I'm gonna get 800 of my dollars.
800. I was
Congratulations.
like,
Yeah,
oh,
right there.
I was like, this guy's turbo snapping me. I'll just
Oh,
check.
yeah. You know
Brian's
what
actually
happened
got.
when
I
Noah
play
goes
with.
to Nick game.
I don't know if you've played with Brian a lot, but he's a very much more casual player. But he's, for as much as he likes to get in the mix, he's got a very good
Anything has lost money.
feel for what's going to
lost
happen.
Nick game, like,
Yeah,
next
absolutely. I mean, as somebody that doesn't mind putting in bluff in, sometimes you just can look in their eyes and tell they're not going
Yeah,
anywhere.
this ain't working.
Yeah, that's not going
Friendly
anywhere.
game. They let you get it back. They let you
I'm
get
a
it back,
firm
man.
believer of the
Every time I
saying:
lose
if
this
you're
last
never
fight,
caught bluffing, you're not
I
bluffing
don't get
enough.
the money back because they don't need me to play for it.
And to be a winning player at poker, I think bluffing significantly increases your win rate. Like you go from a small, you can go very easily go from a small winning to. I'm not saying go fucking bananas and bluff every hand, but try and work in the creative ones, the ones that make sense. It's part of the game.
Oh, absolutely. I think I saw Fedor Holt say that. I forget what else he said, but he heard it's okay to bluff.
Yes.
That and ran with
That's a
it.
good hand. That's a good hand.
If Fedor says it, then it's got to be true.
Cannon.
That man is unbelievable.
What a smart guy. He excellent player and really relatable. His content is really fantastic, really easy to listen to.
Very he's actually a very humble person, despite the tremendous amount of success and status that he has. He's still very humble.
I don't know why.
Definitely,
but
these
I
guys,
felt
especially
this
the poker
energy
famous ones,
come
I feel
from
like
over
it makes
there.
me willing
Like,
to
he-
like
I
go
knew
out
he
into
was
the real
thinking
world
about it.
and not necessarily be as
I
famous,
even, like,
but they have the money, and that's
There
the
was
crucial
a
part.
disturbance in his force. Like I
I mean, I guess that's the best part of. I mean, there are probably tons of, not probably, there are tons of secret, multi-millionaires, multi-millionaires out there that we walk by every day that we don't know about.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I believe the $40 straddle is on a lot now. Or no, Brian opened a 40. I don't know. I'm confused on the action. Either way, we've actually got two real hands going to a flop.
Yeah.
That's not a great flop for Mo, but it's a great flop for Brian, range-wise.
A 10 would just really make it interesting.
Use sign up code.
King Queen High is looking real good.
TCH.
If Mo wants to take a stab here.
100%.
He has the betting
deposit
lead.
back to be played or to be distributed back over.
And if you're going to
time
win
as
it,
you play.
now's the time to try and win it.
Something like that.
This is one of those spots where you can kind of get in leveling wars where he knows that then I know that I should have an ace more often. So Brian, well aware of the situation.
Yeah, I was trying to find a hand that Mo would really have hit in any way, shape, or form out of the small blind.
Well, Mo 3-bet the Jack-9, so he has all the ace, all the wheel aces, all the Broadway aces. He could even have some slow play pocket pairs, which I don't think he has very frequently. Mo gonna go real big. If Brian was a non-believer on the turn, this river, I'd still probably be a non-believer. You beat Queen Jack, King Jack. You lose to like Queen 10, King 10 now, but that's gonna be shown. Oh, there's no nib button to show.
Make a move.
Yeah. Could have been a small pocket
me
pair
again.
too, like you said.
I think 7s or lower checks can bet turn check river because you are going to get raised with some frequency there. I believe Brian can have all of the 8s. There's one combo of 8-9 suited, one combo of 8-7 suited, one still ace-8 suited, and based on the way he's been playing today, he could have king 8, queen 8. So there's a lot. That's a lot of 8s. It may not sound like a lot of 8s, but it's a lot. You have 10-8 on a AAA board. That's a lot of 8s.
Right, that's true. And then
Yeah,
also with
10-9, 10-9.
That's what I was
being
wondering.
19 versus
9,
4,
10,
Yeah.
more.
My boys.
That's what I was asking.
You know what? It just shows I wasn't paying attention either. It's alright. Just lose the neat game.
But it could have been a real interesting leveling war because Brian on the turn knew
That's a strategy, huh?
where he was going to be.
Triple up through the flash box.
I'm a big fan of a hero call. I've made a lot on this stream on the streams. I've made some ones that were fantastic. And I've made some that were absolutely so wrong I look like an idiot.
Not all heroes wear capes.
Yeah.
Good fold, good fold.
Once again, we got two real hands going up.
Little suited diamond hands have been popular.
Jonathan flopping best, although ace high is going to be best here a lot. Jonathan doing a little pocket roll. Now he's got to be in love with his. Hey, Brian, going to go for a little bit of value / equity
Last
now.
flop was 8s, now it's 9s.
Jonathan can't go anywhere. Don't think you should ever entertain raise yet. Just call. Play some rivers. Great river. I'm just going to call down with our 8.
Trip jacks like 4 times. Like more times.
The way
Brian
this
goes-
discussion is played out, I think Brian has more
Ace high.
8s and 9s here than
Yeah,
player
8.
typically
Three
would.
jacks like all the time.
Yeah, it's just
He did
And played out
jack a
pretty
lot.
standardly.
You hit your jack a lot. It was
Jonathan's
hot
done a good
early.
job of mixing in 3-betting and
Jack
calling
hot.
in position. He's been 3-betting basically by the book. You know, you're supposed to pick a lot of weaker hands.
I can't beat
You
those
don't see that
guys.
in a lot of the 1-3 games. You know, in
You
the
should-
1-3
you
games
should
and the
go
1-2 games here, you see a lot of 6-way Texas
No, he's
famous
getting crushed at the 1-3.
spots.
Yeah, absolutely. I fear 3-bets and a lot of 6-way action. I played with Jonathan a lot, not so much in cash games, so this is definitely an interesting side of him. I've played a ton of tournaments with him.
He plays in a ton of our. I've commentated on a couple of the final tables he's made here.
I lose a lot at PLO at the 1-3.
I hate tournament
Because I
poker.
like to gamble.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
I am trying so hard to play tournament.
Like, I shouldn't be in
But
the
it is
hand, but I am, and I'm like, I got outs.
Really? Why is that, you think?
I am impatient as hell.
That'll do.
I get
Especially the
impatient in
double
cash
board
games.
bomb
Getting
bots.
impatient in tournaments
I
is
get a
inevitable.
lot of trouble with double world bombs.
I try and force things to happen when they do not need to be
It's because
forced.
double world bomb, they have anything.
That being said,
They can wake up with any 4
I
cards.
would enjoy the
on
longer
both boards. That's how
I don't like
Oh, the worst
the
is that
20-minute or less blind levels. I like at least 30 to 40 minutes. But that's
Scoopity-doopity.
30 minutes is kind of standard, I guess, for the big tournaments.
Yeah, it can be tough. I think I'm the opposite of you, where in a cash game, I'm just full steam ahead. Like, but a tournament will sort of force me into a structure, just a little bit.
Brian just turns the straight. Not afraid of hearts here with Noah check calling. Noah's just gonna get rid of his
Got
hand.
there, baby.
Quickly calling on the flop.
Yeah, damn.
I don't understand.
Yeah, he would really like to have had a heart.
I'm sorry.
What? What do you mean?
Any of it. No heart.
Bro, I had both losers.
Noah has the ace of
How are
hearts.
you even
He can
asking
consider
that?
making a move.
You didn't know that. You picked the winners and you pulled the
Wouldn't
losers. That's how
float
this
a
game
flop
works.
without considering
When you are
making a move
field
on the
player
turn.
like Brian, you just go.
Brian
based
is a
off of
sneaky
what you're
player,
feeling.
but I mean,
Oh, when you said feel, I thought you
It's
said
so
feel
hard.
like
him.
crap.
I know a lot of people
You
will
played the
blame the
field
plug
like
when you
crap.
have
No, but I know
my
what you're
guy
talking about.
just
He
naked.
pretty much does play the field, though.
In games like these, it
I
becomes
folded
so
6-8 off
hard
the
when you
board.
can put max
Sometimes-
pressure on people
Oh, you're
for them to
right.
call down with marginal
No,
hand.
not exactly.
Especially if you start showing that you're capable of doing it with the made hand too, because I mean, Noah's going to be balanced there.
Other end of the touchdown.
What hand was I supposed to have? They got
30.
Noah's getting premiums all over.
Yeah, King Jack of Spades is always a nice one to look down
I
at.
subscribe to a different.
See, this is what I'm guilty of is
Because everyone uses
I have a
the
nit
same,
button,
you know, like,
I look
oh,
at
you should
8-7,
win. You should play
I want to
these
see a
hands,
flop.
you know?
Yeah.
But I made up my own rules.
Out of position? Who cares?
Subscribe.
I got to get rid of this button.
You have to.
Brian flopping best with 10-5.
You kind of just have
Gonna
to.
get checked through.
See, now I feel vindicated that I always
feel
put
like
Brian on some
hand's
sort
gonna
of middling,
take you to the moon. you know?
middling combination.
Brian has a lot of stuff. Noah turning top pair, I'd love it. Choosing a spot to overbet, I like it. Most of the hands that are calling you are going to be one pairs and draws, and the draws you're only going to get this one street from. And the one pairs you're probably not getting a river bet, so I like this overbet from Noah.
Check.
Honestly, not a bad card. I don't think 5-4 calls, but I don't think we can get any more value. Yeah, just check back. Kind of lean towards value, owning yourself.
Yeah, I mean, it would not be surprising for Brian to pop up with a 4 again.
Yeah, he's,
Anything between
They don't
deuce
have
and
more
ace
setups
is
for these 10.
Oh,
Let's do that.
it's like we have ourselves another dealer chain.
Unless you break the deck, they're not gonna do it.
For those of y'all that don't know, TCH has its own poker app, only available in Texas, unfortunately. But it is the Hijack Poker app. If y'all are in Texas and want to play a little phone poker,
Yeah.
download the Hijack Poker app.
Oh,
You get $20 with the promo code TCH20.
That's serious.
You can cash out
Solar charge.
your winnings at any of our TCH locations.
How are you, dear?
And you just play rig-free
Yeah,
poker.
we're
It's
playing.
the same setup as our clubs.
2-5-10 man.
You pay time, and then
quote, unquote.
you get to play poker. Have you tried
Quadruple shadow.
hijack yet?
We can
I
shadow
have
all of the
not.
button if
I
we
am
want.
so bad at phone apps because as soon as I fold a hand, I
I
start.
mean, I
looking at
would.
it and I
Something,
just
yeah, something
forget.
else, and then you forget you're playing.
Absolutely.
I do the exact same thing.
I'll put the
Yeah.
160 on.
Yeah, so I have to do like
What
the
is it?
computer
2,
setup and really
5,
sit down.
10,
But
20, 40.
I definitely need to hop on there and just give it a shot.
They
Can I do
have
160
for everybody. They have
Does that
lots
work?
of tournaments daily. I think several tournaments daily,
Can
including a
small
free
blind
roll. And then cash games are going pretty much 24/7.
Yeah.
There's nothing super high stakes, but I mean, you can find 10. I think 5 cent, 10 cent, all the way up to 1, 2
I mean, I did.
are pretty regularly spread on it on the app. So
Hey man, that stuff adds up, and
it does.
seeing hands and just
wait,
practicing
stop,
is always good.
We only have one player.
I don't know if. Oh yeah,
Yeah, we can do.
they still have a couple nib buttons out. Tish has one. I believe Tim still has one. So it might be heads up between Tish and Tim. Tish with the $20 straddle on.
Ooh, Tish double straddling. I hardly know him today. He's got a black sweatshirt on. Like it's a lot.
Tish is always dressed better than everyone else at the table. That's just a fact. He
I
comes
didn't even realize.
nice sweaters, turtlenecks.
Didn't even realize.
Sometimes he dresses in nice button downs.
Absolutely. I have spent a lot of time with Tish. It's fun to be around.
Great guy.
Signature pink
Yeah.
is what I'm used to saying, but now I'm looking at it. He does have SpongeBob characters on it, so I feel like I know him again. Like it's more fitting.
We have the same gut shot. No one with the club in their hand. That's not going to do it. This is going to be who wants it most.
Or a 10. They all get all in.
Tim wants it most. This is going to take it. This is how you get the same hand to fold. Mo thinking about his options. Does he want to turn his hand into a bluff?
No more.
All in.
Call.
Oh.
What the
Tim
hell?
gets rid of his nib button and Tish loses it again.
Oh my god. Got
They
away
call
with it.
position, kids.
For those of y'all that they get told position doesn't matter, that's a lie. That's an absolute lie. Position is everything. Position lets you control the pace
Flash.
of the hand. You control how much money gets put
If I
into.
realized he did it, button, I would have been in there.
You're talking to
My
somebody
bad.
about poker and they say position doesn't matter. Find out where they play.
Yeah, that's true. Get in their games.
That was a Brian flop.
No.
That's one of those things that actually I think mixed games taught me more than
Not paying
even playing
attention.
Hold'em.
Oh yeah, in mixed games it matters so much more because since it's a fixed bet game, controlling the pace of the hand matters a lot more. Since they can't just randomly go all in.
TCH.
Yeah,
I don't think you can.
Is this legal?
Yeah, you can. It's just
I like mixed games.
They said.
They've been trying to get me
Yes.
to play the. They're trying to get me to on the floor. I keep telling them I'll play on the floor, but I'm not gonna play 2040.
That's called fun.
Not because of the stakes,
Okay.
just because.
We recreated the button.
I don't want to
Yeah.
lose big games, but not well enough to.
This is
do it. I
bad.
just want to have a fun time, and I don't want to
I know you can't do it.
$100 on fire. Having fun, even though I do it all the time.
But it's different
It's
when
different,
you know
yeah.
what you're doing. Yeah.
Jonathan just
Wow.
ripping.
That's
Oh,
not
this
very
is a
fun.
splash pot too. 2 jacks. Don't mind it with a splash pot. Noah thinking about the math here. He's actually getting
Splash shot, I feel like.
close to the close. He's not flipping, but it's very hard not to be live here.
Flash pot money always makes the math just that little bit.
Yeah, because this is if Jonathan is an understanding of the big blind scenario, especially with the straddles on.
Defense.
There's so many straddles. It was straddled all the way to 80.
Lose the nit dice, is that right, Johnny?
Oh yeah, this is just a straightforward.
I feel the view.
I think if Noah was 80, he might have found a call, but
Oh my god, he's not
I
even
mean,
gonna show
it's a
it?
good pickup jack.
Boo.
You get the 155 dead money plus the 200
Too
dead
good to show.
attacks without resistance. That's great.
Jack's would be a really good one.
I mean, y'all think he's doing it with just shit?
Noah called it out.
I don't think so.
2 jacks.
Yeah, Noah called it.
Oh, I'm going to the bathroom.
Oh, you're.
I'll
They're
be
gonna
right back.
run it back real quick. No, take off your mic. Don't do the
Yeah,
bathroom
no.
mic.
I don't know if he did.
You gotta-
He might
There he
hear-
goes.
Oh,
there he goes.
Oh, back home?
This is inverted.
No, I don't have.
I like Noah, but not that much.
Somebody's probably watching.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen one day. Someone's gonna take it too far. I don't know if it's gonna be a bathroom mic or a phone call mic, but we're gonna get something we're not supposed to hear.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
One time,
Cut that mic
one time
off.
she was like, "Oh, how'd it go?" And I was like, "Yeah, I just lost like $300." And she was like, $300. I was like, "Oh, yeah." Playing like 2-5. Like,
I had to tell my mom I lost 6K once. That was great.
The discussing telling people who don't understand poker losing
no matter how much
session.
explaining you do,
It's such a fun topic. Like telling people that the largest amount of money, like when you tell people you play poker, I don't know why, but I think the first question is, what's the largest amount you've won? Obviously, the next question is, well, if that's the largest amount you've won, what's the largest amount you've lost? And I don't like telling people both those numbers.
Exactly. The first number is just the second number is ooh.
No, I don't like telling people either.
Oh yeah.
But it's just naturally, I guess, the human mind.
He's in
wants-
there, baby.
That's where it goes to. First of all, how much money have you won? And now we've got a disaster. Tim flopping top and bottom versus Brian's top. I think Tim has to raise this at this point.
Yeah, definitely. He doesn't necessarily like the spades.
There are a ton of I think there are a ton of turns that kill your action. Any Broadway, you do pick up additional equity, but it's going to be hard for you to get action now. Even though you have such a hammer lock. Brian's going to bet, and if we raise, he's going to fold this hand, and that's exactly what you don't want to happen.
I don't think Brian's gonna fold ace king here.
If Tim raises at this turn, I think Brian can get away from the hand. I don't think the way Tim's played this hand, he should fold here, or not fold. He should raise, because then you're getting into the no man's land of where you're kind of overvaluing your hand.
I don't think he's.
He is going to go for the raise. I would have much rather him raise the flop and bomb turn. The range of hands that Tim is repping on this turn is exactly what it looks like. He's repping 2 pair plus.
But for the low price of 600, I don't think Brian can realistically fold.
Yeah, it's just such a min click, but you're not ahead of much is the problem, and this is a problem, and that's a terrible run out for both hands.
Yeah, nobody likes that river. I mean, it could just go check here now.
If Tim checks, Brian has to check back. Tim's gonna have enough hands that are willing to check call. You could turn your hand into a bluff. Yeah.
Very quick checks.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking god.
The only hand that Brian, aces and ace king are the only hand now that you beat.
God.
I don't know what cards off the top that Tim could have bet, but I do know that 10 saved saved Brian's money.
It
for
did.
sure.
A 2 would have cost Brian a lot.
Ooh, yes,
Yeah.
a 2 would have been. Yeah.
how many nicknames do you think you played in your life, Tim?
I don't.
Yeah, that could have been costly.
King dude.
Even a 9? Even a 9 might have been costly. Well, I don't know.
No, there's a nice pickup by
You've improved.
Tim nonetheless.
So
Though
folded to the raise.
picking up the pot.
No way that's not too
Yeah.
fair.
And I mean, a 9 would have been costly the other way. Unless it was art.
Pro poker tournaments run in twice.
Needed to.
Tournaments would take 4 days to run for a single day
Y'all
tournament
posted it soon, right?
because no one can make it past one level.
If things go down,
But
Yeah.
yeah, like, you'd have one level where players would
posted
use
it on
hand
Yeah.
because
Oh, cool.
Yeah, you did.
you're everyone running it twice.
Yeah, 8-way all in, everyone twice.
yeah, like I don't know.
I have found some interesting theories on running it twice. Like
You wouldn't know though, 'cause it was
I've
so
seen some
far.
guys in some private games where they've been like, I don't want to run it twice. I want to run it 3 times and ignore the middle board. And I'm like, that's the exact same thing. You're like, but it's more fun that way. Or we can go once. I'm like, this is. I do have a deal with Noah though on the floor that if we ever play in 1-3-4, a $4,000 pot and we're all in flop, we're gonna run it 6 times.
My bad.
Okay.
Flop 6 because we were told that we can do that, which I don't think is true, but if they let us do it, we're gonna do it.
Okay. I just hope I'm not dealing that day.
I'm gonna take care of the dealer. Or Noah and I are gonna take care of the dealer when that happens. We got you. We are gonna burn a lot of the other players' time though.
Yeah, 6, yeah.
Like 5 to 10 minute hand.
Unless somebody's just drawing dead, just stone dead, which
That's hard.
it's hard. Hard and hold'em just to be.
Check.
5.
I say it's hard, but I've done it to people.
I beat 8-5. I know.
Boy.
Oh my god. Sucked out on again.
5 wins the
I
hand.
sucked out on you.
I have to run multiple. My preferred is actually 1 turn, 3 rivers.
That's fine. I think 3 is good because someone ends up making money in the hand.
For sure. It's also the number of satisfaction.
Cool.
Yeah, dude. How can I ever fold here? Never.
David left me alone in here with you guys unsupervised for a minute, so tell me some secrets while he's gone. King Jack is a fun hand, especially short-handed. Jonathan will bump it up a quarter with that.
That was a terrible shot.
I mean,
And we have
what
a
a
same hand battle
waste of time
again.
and pay. Unnecessary.
Jack on the flop. No spade in either hand, so unless somebody just really gets aggressive, we're probably heading towards a nice friendly chop here.
Check.
6 of hearts doesn't really change anything. Pretty standard bet and call. Ace of hearts will probably just put the brakes on this entire hand, and
Jack.
that's what happens. Check, chop, chop.
Wow.
Check, chop.
Chop her up.
Do that 3 times. Check, chop.
No, wait for him to value bet. I was waiting for him.
I don't know.
Nobody gets rid of it. No, there's no winner.
Wow, fast.
You have to win a hand.
Rep the ace. I was gonna rep the ace.
Neither of them win.
Somebody tries to get rid of their hit button. It doesn't work. No chop.
Yeah, you have to win the hand. You have to win button.
Not ripping. He's not gonna believe me about ripping for no reason.
With this hand, I probably have to fold, but a lot of other hands I have to fold.
Oh, here.
At least I didn't lose.
Yeah, you didn't lose that. Just waste everyone's time.
I'm so sure I was
Alright.
good too.
Give him. Whatever.
I was like, I should probably bet, but I'll check it back.
You won a hand.
You were getting turbo staffed.
I don't remember, but it's
Fair
okay.
enough.
Or raised.
Yeah, king 2. There you go. Oh, yeah. King 2. Yes.
Yeah, he won a hand.
I'm not lying, yo.
No. I didn't think you were.
He won the hand. I was in the
I was
hand.
like, I won that hand.
Yeah.
Don't tell him all of our secrets. Now that he's back.
Don't worry.
It's fun.
I was in the hand.
I'll remain.
This is like, I don't know. I don't think so.
Purple Poker, it's very easy to lose a camera in 1 week when you play this game. I actually think a used camera is well within
I had ace king
normal
and king deuce.
loss
Guys,
deviation.
we're all good.
Premium, bro.
Like a used Camry, probably, 50,
Coming from you.
20K.
You
So,
don't remember that he won the fucking
Yeah.
hand.
as deep as these players are, if you buy in for 3 to 4K each time, you go on a 6 buy-in losing streak,
Spraying shit on the
downswing, easily down a used Camry.
Easily. We've seen some of the guys that sometimes play this game. If Caleb is around, if Amit's around, some of those guys.
Oh yeah, they make the game big.
Oh yeah, that could be a dealer downswing, not even a whole night. I've seen it.
30.
I haven't seen a mid in a while. It's been a while since he's been here on the stream.
There's been a lot of equity on that board.
Pretty good flop.
Pretty good flop.
9-3.
You're gonna have 9-3 offense.
Looked pretty good to me.
That is one of the better flops you could ask
I think
for.
a used 3,000 Camry probably can go for 9K, but I think
Probably not good.
they still get 10 to 15.
Maybe so. I don't know. Used cars they were up really high around COVID. I remember that, but I haven't been car shopping in quite a long time, luckily. So
That's good. What car do you drive?
I have a RAV4.
Oh, it's a good car.
I have a blue RAV4. Yeah, she's cute.
Last year, a long time Toyota was good.
They're good, very dependable.
They're different than the normal decks.
My first and my last car was a Camry. I had a hybrid Camry that lasted me for 11 years.
Perfect.
So yeah, it's perfect. It's Rebel Poker. That's technically yes, you did, but that's not. That's a little different than losing 20K of money you already had. Oh, you did lose it after winning. Okay, never mind.
Oh, the dreaded upstuck. It feels worse than being stuck. It's not.
Nah, I'd take Upstuck all day long.
It feels worse.
Brian, Ace King versus Ace King. We've got a hand brewing here. Tish opening to 40. Tim calls with threes. Brian 3-betting Ace King. Jonathan stack size. This might just get in with his nit button. He has such an awkward stack size. Even
All in.
yeah. Mo folds. Tish is gonna get out of the way. Tim's gonna get out of the way, and I don't think Brian's gonna be folding here. I think the price is just he's not priced out, and with the nit game with both nit buttons on, yeah, there's just a call.
Got a
Does
couple
one
of
time, like,
bunch of
benefit
same
us?
hand situations.
Whatever you want. I don't really care. Rip it.
They're going once.
They gotta get.
Brian looking for clubs. Does have the sweat now. No sweat.
No sweat. Tap it up.
Pocket threes are so good.
No sweat. Pocket threes would have scooped this had they somehow gotten in the middle.
He thought about it for a quick second. It was not completely outside of the possibility.
It's not. I've seen some insane spots where people get in their money like that because they think both players have the same hand, roughly the same ace king, ace queen. And they get it in and then they scoop. I think both players have big cards. I'm gonna get my money in.
They were giving money to you.
Yeah, I think if he was just closing the action, didn't have to worry about Brian behind him, he was gonna.
I call,
gonna
yeah.
call
I
with
think
the
for
threes.
sure too. What's your favorite poker hand?
Oof. The one I'm playing currently. No. It's hard to say. I get in moods.
Get in mood so your favorite hand changes?
Yeah. I like suited connectors a lot.
No, but they can get in, but
It's public.
That's fair.
I think 6-9
Anybody
suited.
can
I
come
mean,
and join the fun.
it's dinner for two. It's a happy meal. It's got so many names.
Yeah.
If you the nickname, you really have to get a button.
The nuts.
Yeah.
It's great.
That's a good hand.
they'll get a button once.
What's your favorite? What do you like to do?
10-7.
10-7.
The
Okay.
Negron special.
He did
Any
show up with
particular
9
suit?
The hearts.
Actually, the best hand.
Oh.
Which I believe is the same as
Okay,
Negron
great.
too. Because it was the first hand I ever won a 4-digit pot with. And like, I'd never won more than the $500 in a session. And I doubled up from, I remember it because I doubled up from 500 to 1,000. And then I got involved in a 3-way all-in where I flopped the nuts and I held. And my hands were shaking. Because I was like, I've never had this happen before.
The adrenaline, the
Yeah.
rush. That's what we're here for.
Great feeling. Then I've lost more than that amount of money playing the hand.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. It got
Way
you back.
more.
Yeah. But still, it's nothing like the first time.
still my favorite hand. It's good to have those favorite hands. I hate it when people say aces and kings because like you can shut up and those hands are.
Yeah, just go home. Just go home. So boring.
I know I've asked y'all to chat before, but some of y'all that have joined us for this stream for the first time, tell us what your favorite hands are.
I feel like Rebel Poker is gonna have a good one for us.
Rebel Poker has a good one.
Already.
Brian with jacks.
A lot of premium hands, 6-handed. The last few minutes here.
Mo just gonna call out of the small blind with his nib button. Kind of surprised actually. No getting a good price
Okay.
in the straddle. Gonna complete.
Got it away.
Jacks, lovely flop.
Okay.
I think we're done here.
Yeah, I think it was squirrely of Mo in the first place to play his king 10 offsuit.
Defense.
Good job, Brian.
He's
You're
not going
Pretty
to
good defense.
get himself any more involved
Teeing up.
on that board.
Mo not one to get super. I mean, he's a creative player. Don't get me wrong, but he's not one to get super out of line in spots like this where he sees a flop with king 10 high, and then floats, then goes bananas. I mean, he's a creative player, and he's very good at coming up with good lines, great bluff spots, and everything. It's just I don't. There are players that are willing to go bananas with any two cards in any spot, and Mo is much more calculated and much more methodical in his ways.
I would agree with that 100%.
Yeah, for a 6-handed game, we actually have some pretty good defense on this table, I'd say.
I'm a big fan of defense. I defend my big blind and my straddle way too loose in these games.
Yeah, it has been interesting. The Jonathan and Mo holding onto these net buttons for a while for 6-handed.
Brian with a pair gonna go to war. Jonathan now getting a pretty good price and to get rid of his nip button. I don't think we can do anything here other than call.
I don't even know if this is like loud.
All right, Jonathan, we can't fold that. You're giving.
You might, and I'll explain to you why after the stream.
Oh, and
kidding.
Mo just flopped. All right, he saved money.
Yeah, I can understand just feeling a little bit pinched in that spot,
Teasing, though,
especially
a
with
lot.
not having
I'm just bantering.
That one was pretty funny.
a decent stack behind,
Once
but
you
not a
said
ton.
I'm kidding, then I thought it was pretty funny.
Okay.
Brian's hand is now shriveled up, but he's gonna at least see a turn. A 6 would be a very interesting card, giving Mo top pair open ender, and Brian the set. That's not interesting at all. But I do believe it's gonna go check.
Yeah, 6 obviously would have given him a really strong hand. Even a 7 would have given Mo 2 pair, but
Yeah.
a trepidatious 2 pair, I think, knowing
Now,
Brian's range.
does Brian want to bluff at this? He will have way more straights than Mo. And Mo's he doesn't go big, too 2/3 pot. I like the sizing. Really trying to get Mo to fold an ace like this or a hand like kings. Queen X, obviously not Queen 10. King Queen, King Jack. This is obviously never going to get Queen Jack to fold. I think Queen Jack's a little too strong, the way Mo has played this. But Brian's repping 2 pair plus, which he could easily have 9-8.
Even just having the 7, yeah, I mean, any ace,
Actually,
he's going to have 2 pairs.
Having a
really
7's not a good card for Mo because you want Brian to have 7-6. Yeah, makes the discipline later. Brian with the defense.
You really want to call.
Mo really wanting to call. It's good defense by Brian. Then the game continues.
Brian's just like a brick wall.
Mo being very calculated there.
You have to climb.
Unfortunately, it's the wrong fold in that spot, quote unquote wrong. But I think
he's
going through the hands. It's right.
Good one out for my hand.
Better. I really wouldn't like calling with A7, knowing that 7-6. There's one less.
Please do it.
Like 4, just check.
Or even 7s. You want him to have a 7 somehow.
Right. You're blocking those
You
bluffs,
can't win
and
if you check, though.
it's not the card you want to have in your hand. You're right.
Calling anyway.
I think Mo might be fed up with that.
Turbo snap.
You don't know if you try.
The mid game continues though.
Turbo snap.
Mo tried unsuccessfully to rub some paint on those cards.
What is case scenario?
It's okay, you don't need to defend.
Brian not gonna fold the king 4
We'll
to a
just have
single
our
bet.
fun.
I mean, why would you?
I played normal this time.
Thank you.
Check this house.
Just bets. Gets the fold. Best hand
I
wins.
don't know what you have.
Hard to make pair.
Play it normal this time. What the fuck does that even mean?
Brian, not the strongest poker face there. Couldn't help but laugh at himself.
I have played with Brian before, and I've made a bet, and he has turned it to me and just started laughing. I'm like, you can't call or raise now. And he goes, I know, and he folds.
Oh man.
It's such an interesting dynamic when that happens. When players, I guess, break characters, the best way to describe it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, you start using that as a reverse tell. That's really strong.
Yeah, that's some sick leveling.
If you can harness the power of that maniacal laugh, it's like, I don't know.
Tish with a premium now. I believe the 20's on too. Brian gonna see a flop. Jonathan.
Ooh, thought about it.
Yeah, thought about it. And then the old pump fake.
Some crazy thoughts there.
Right.
What's good?
Mo.
Yeah, no.
Big lick hitting the
What
mug.
was that, Johnny?
It was live.
Pump fake.
I can just hear DT in the booth.
And Johnny's thinking about doing something stupid.
I didn't say he was gonna be thinking about something stupid. I thought he was gonna call like every other normal person with big lick.
Good fold, Johnny. Good fold.
Brian floating with king high, ace high still way the best hand. Turn's gonna go check a lot. I think Tish is gonna check back some strong hands here. If Brian wants to win, I don't think checking is the option.
Yeah. Go ahead, bet.
No.
King high.
Takes his down value, wins.
That's an unfortunate spot, especially when you know
King high,
Tish
no
is
good.
probably poised to take a stand against you. Like, you know your king high is no good.
And you want to bet?
Sometimes it is.
I think this is an underappreciated
You bet I check.
thing. Is it's okay to give up.
No, I don't believe you.
That doesn't make
100%.
sense.
I don't believe you.
100%.
There are spots where I'm not saying give up all the time, but there are spots where it is okay to give up.
That's crazy.
There are players and spots where you could make that king high work, but you know, Tish under the gun likely has an ace.
He might look you up sometimes. Maybe not all the time, but sometimes.
Yeah.
Can I get a water and a Earl Grey tea with honey?
Ace jack of spades, not blocking clubs,
No,
makes a
I mean,
pretty good
just-
candidate to look up to.
Yeah, 1 second.
Definitely knowing your image. I mean, if you're a player that hasn't played a hand in an hour, maybe you can take that spot.
Self-awareness, super important.
If you gotta ask.
Know thyself. I like that. Self-awareness.
Here.
You can pull something.
That's the lesson for the day.
It's very important. Even when I'm going bananas and I'm gambling, I'm very self-aware that I'm going. And
No limping allowed. Not
I think we're gonna have a resolution of the Nick game now.
Mandatory.
We should.
Unless they chop. I mean, Jack high.
Go.
Good chop.
Good luck.
Good.
Good luck, Colin.
Shouldn't. Jack 9, way the best of it now. Gutter, she's gonna check bet fold. Mo doesn't even have to bet very big. Jack 4 just can't continue on this. Yeah. That's a third pot.
I mean, with the net game in play, I mean,
How committed is Jonathan to this Nick game? He's very committed. He doesn't want to lose. I like the gung ho. Go blank. This is gonna, and I say this a lot. This is gonna come down to who wants it most, and that's a lot of poker. When it's very easy for us when we see the cards to see it's gonna come down to who wants it most, but in real time, they have to want it most, and Mo wants it most.
Size up.
This is a value bluff right here.
yeah, I mean, Jonathan's in a tough spot. There's nothing he can do.
Yeah.
He knows
Let's
it.
find out if I was
Got
ahead.
one through.
Wasn't ahead.
Dominated. That's so sick.
Brutal.
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 Luckily, he does not throw a couple $100 away there.
I think it would have been disgusting if he put in a
He
raise.
can float
would've
me
been
too.
super
I know,
sick.
he's so lost.
Super sick. And it would have worked.
It would have definitely
You're
worked.
like Jack 8?
4.
Jack 4?
But again, it's
That's a
way
good hand.
easier. I like it in here. I even like it in here more than dealing because I get to see the cards. I know everything.
No stress.
Nutted.
No stress.
Another hand.
Such a bad hand to bluff.
I'm a very good backseat
So
card
bad.
player.
Everything about him.
The best. The best.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, I will definitely take a job if anybody needs a
I mean,
rail bird.
obviously,
Like
we both have
I'm
the
here
whole
for
thing.
it. I will get the coffee.
One of the worst
I'll get the
hands.
snack.
We do. I'm not folding.
Yeah, yeah.
I think you could have pulled a pre-flop.
Yeah.
And then just gave up the day.
It's doing a pretty good job for a six-handed. Sometimes you get you worry that a six-handed table can be I don't know.
Stale.
Yeah,
Stale.
yeah, folding. and-
These are all pretty active players, capable players. I know some more active than others, but these players also play a lot with each other. So there's that dynamic going on. That a lot of the viewers don't get to see. The tons and tons of hand histories that have happened between these players off stream.
Yes.
So that plays heavily into it. Noah gonna go after it with the best hand.
Hey, you really wanted that spot.
You win.
You win. You
Don't
win.
really wanna.
And wins it.
Ace king
Good pickup.
Ace 10 doesn't love flops, but it
Ace king
does
does.
love 3-bet pickups.
It does. It does. And a lot of people treat the splash pots
Ace king beautiful.
differently.
Back it up.
Some players view it as a smaller SPR. Some players
That's pretty good. That's
view
pretty
it as
Right there.
you getting a better price with some of your other hands with like limping, like you're just limping a lot trying to see a flop.
Bad juju.
I like Noah's approach.
You want to keep yourself aces?
Smaller
Yeah.
SPR. Treat it it's
Mature
almost
mechanic.
akin to a tournament where
Kings,
Uh,
queens, jacks, tens.
you're just
nines.
playing the math.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Jack
absolutely.
10 queen on the
Those are
flop
the kind
and
of
then
spots
king
where
on
you're
the turn.
No, then it's gonna come 9, 10, jack, queen, king, ace, ace on river.
Oh, he's definitely playing 10 5 of hearts.
Nick game on immediately after that too. I like it. I like the rapid fire Nick games. The ones that once it's resolved, next one.
No waiting, why not?
Keep the action flowing. Brian, oh, not gonna get this through. I was gonna say it's really close to getting it through. He's got a perfectly defendable hand.
Any two. God, no fucking respect.
Domination rotation.
It's hard to make a pair.
It is hard to make. It's very hard to make a player. If Tim floats, he doesn't want to hit a 10.
Really, Tim.
No, that would be highly unfortunate for him.
Me too.
That's not a bad card. Not a great one, but it's. If we're not going to improve, I like Brian betting again. This is where you're going to get most of your value from Tim if he's calling with a worse hand. Not sure what worse he could call with other than ace high. I guess he could have 5-6.
Yeah, it's suspicious
5, 6, 7,
here.
5.
I mean, there's no flush available. Again, Brian could have some of these lower cards. 6-3 is not outside of the realm of possibility.
No.
Baby.
That's definitely the best hand. Tim shaking his head, knowing that he got domination rotation.
Would you have been tempted to float that turn?
No, I wouldn't have floated the flop.
No, you would have folded the flop.
Yeah. If I would have either. I like with the Nick game on. I would have liked Tim to just 3-bet it, or if he calls, to just fold the flop.
I don't want you to
Giving
get
up,
there.
giving
I don't want you to catch
a-
up. Trying to win the hand, Tim.
I don't know if I would be able to give up that flop just so easily. I'd want to see if Brian is going to continue to show aggression.
I play a lot with Brian, and he has a lot of strong hands and a lot of air there. And
I don't know. I don't do poker.
you're gonna
man.
get
I'm really bad.
when he has the really strong hands because he can have
People are
deuce.
like, oh, yeah,
if he
you
has
should
10-5
bet
suited, he can
135,
have king deuce
135
suited.
here.
So his really strong hands have you absolutely crushed, and the last thing you want to do is get involved with those.
Kinda
Now,
just
if he wasn't
feel
capable
like
of having a
whatever
deuce,
bet is
then I would
appropriate.
start entertaining much more the idea of floating.
But everyone
But Brian likes his deuces.
And I guess, you have a lot of experience with Brian. You know that
we know
Yeah.
you're
blasting.
Most of these players don't have a whole lot of just clear give ups. there are give up scenarios, but with the Nick game on, it's a lot more two barrels, not necessarily 3 or 1. It's just a lot more two barrels. So you do have to put up with a little bit of heat. And Brian with the best hand, and Jonathan now with the best hand.
Yeah, these two premium pre-flop hands making stuff happen here by the turn.
I like the bet sizing. Trying to keep a 9 or an ace involved, and he does. He keeps a 9 involved. Nice clean run out for him. Does river a pair, but gonna go for some value. The question is sizing. What does he want? What does he think Brian has, and what does he think Brian will call?
I think he can get a nice 100, maybe $1.25 here.
Jonathan going for... I don't know if he's reaching for a lot of chips, or... I'm confused with the stacking. He's reaching for a lot. He's going to make it big.
That's a lot of chips. He's not going to get paid.
I like polar.
I call you like too much, baby. That's a lot, man. Over bet.
I like polar, to be honest.
I don't
think he's gonna call a 9 for any bet. I think he's kind of split to an ace X hand, like a weak ace X.
The clerk.
And I would just let. I also think I would be bluffing at that pretty frequently.
25 maybe.
True, it could be a bluff. I mean, if we are
Queen and
putting
queen.
Brian on those middle E cards, like you were saying, he does have some 2-pair combinations.
I was ahead on the
7, even 6-9.
It comes down to what your goals are. If you think you need to be balanced to try and make them fold at a reasonable rate, fold certain hands at a reasonable rate, and call with the top, closer to the top of his range, but. Or you could do, like you said, 125, 175, and try and go for that thin value, which I would have liked to. I don't really think there's a wrong way to go.
Yeah, I think all options were available on that.
Except for folds.
Yeah, except for folds, yeah.
No folding. No folding.
Yeah, one does not simply fold flushes and hold them.
Mo with ace jack.
God,
Brian seems to be in every hand somehow. This is not a good spot for him to be in, where he's dominated.
He came to play. And his 5 touches that board a little bit.
Yeah, the old backdoor straight draw.
I tried, guys. Oh my god, he got me dominated.
Really good one.
Oh my god.
Jack one time.
Mo not messing around, just c-bets and takes it.
Hibiscus flower. So far, all of these players are up because we've had a couple of players exit the stream, unfortunately. Yes, Rebel Poker, Brian is a big fan of no fold them, hold them. He's been on the stream many times, and he's played the same way every time. He's great. Very, very great for the stream.
Oh.
Entertainment-wise. And play-wise. He's a good player. Much more leaning on the fun side, but still a good player.
That's a good board for my hand, in particular.
It's nice to hear real joy at the poker table. Laughter. Everybody is up, so that's nice. Everybody's just having fun at this point.
I find that one of the reasons I like stream games is because the games are much more likely to be like this. Everyone's having a good time. There's more interacting going on because A, people are forced to be off their cell phones, and B, stream game, usually there's some other factor that's encouraging extra play, like the Nick game, 7-deuce game, something, and usually that also means the players that are playing it are having more fun doing it. Because there's a little bit of ego involved.
100%. You want to do something cool on camera just once.
Tim gonna win a showdown. I don't think Noah's gonna try and get out of line. Gets rid of his knit button. Purple Poker, whenever you make that decision, let me know. I'll get you on. I'll make sure you have a seat. Just let me know when. Let me know when. I'll lock the seat up for you.
Absolutely, we'd love to have you.
May or may not be true. Have to watch your back. I did. I was.
I was waiting to see if that would happen.
I was in that.
That's
one.
probably better for you.
That you can
I probably
touch
should.
that
I think
up.
2 players have their knit buttons left. Tish and Noah, it looks like.
You want ultimate last?
I think
Yeah, I think
out
it's,
of the 2, it's more likely Noah gets this first.
Both players are not going to go bananas trying to get rid of it, but they will do a little bit extra, but they won't go bananas. Which means if they clash, it's not going to be like 7-6 offsuit versus King 3 offsuit type of thing.
No, I don't think Noah likes losing the knit game.
No one likes losing the game.
That's true. Even just the association.
Oh, Brian with my favorite hand. Let's go.
10-7 of diamonds.
Well,
we really want hearts.
Favorite, yeah, favorite adjacent.
Mandatory defend.
Yeah, mandatory defend. After the $40 straddle, it really is a mandatory defend.
Absolutely, and with a net button still.
Yeah. 10-7 flops best. Noah connecting with bottom pair and a gut shot. Can't quite go anywhere just yet. Has to think about what he wants to do with this hand versus 50. Oh, he's going to turn it into a bluff.
I've been raised.
Brian not a believer just yet. Don't think he should be folding just yet either. Tons of draws.
See how much Noah follows through here. For maybe 500?
If Noah has a big hand, he's going to be betting pretty polar. Yeah. See, Rebel, that's a good favorite hand. A7. 500. It's good. Hefty bet. Brian with some devious thoughts here. May think about value bluffing. I don't think it's a good spot to turn our hand into a bluff. I think if we have the best hand, we have a call down. Let's see if Noah wants to follow through on the river. And I think there's... Oh, and this won't work either. I don't think there's going to be a lot of give up here. Noah is representing a straight.
Yeah, I mean, the nuts didn't change.
Yeah.
But the 7 did unlock some...
Does check back wisely. That was not folding. Good decision not to bluff. Decided he had enough showdown value with his 8. I agree with that.
Nice hand. I feel like I should
I like the way that Noah played it.
I do too.
Yeah.
Tip Brian.
Gave it a really good try.
Good check back.
And after somebody calls $500 with a straight already available, the 7's not going to make them go anywhere.
Thank you. Go Scott.
Thank you.
Get to our dealer change. For those of y'all that don't know, the Houston will be hosting the Trailblazer event soon.
I don't think they don't. I checked.
Try and get more information
They don't have
for y'all on that when the schedule is available.
Yeah.
Attention Houston, Texas. The Trailblazer Poker Tour is coming to Texas Card House Houston from February 26th through March 10th. 10 big events, including the $100,000 guaranteed multi-flight and the $500,000 guaranteed main event. This is your second to last stop to rack up points in the Trailblazer Points Championship. First place wins a Chevy Trailblazer SUV. More details at texascardhouse.com.
Like 80.
We have a goal every stream.
Hope to see some of y'all here for that.
No.
The Trailblazer tournament. I will be
This is how I roll.
doing table coverage for all the little tables that we have. Exciting time. We have a 500K guaranteed main event and a 100K guaranteed multi-flight tournament, and then I believe we'll have some sort of one-day tournament for our kickoff event.
Like if they actually kept track of the week, maybe.
One day guaranteed one day, I think. I don't know.
Amazing.
Schedule's not officialized yet, but I will let y'all know as soon as that is available.
Guys, you don't want to miss it. The room is packed out every time there's 100K here. So
It's true. Rebel, play on stream for the final table and the cash game. That's there you go. You can get all your final table when you want it.
Oh.
Tish with 210s, gonna make it large here. Guess he probably should be. Noah folding. Jonathan probably has too much hand to fold versus. The question is his stack size is so awkward how he wants to play it. I don't know if I like just call. I think fold
defense. Hell yeah, defense. Hell yeah.
We're out of position here, which is why I don't like.
I'm rooting for Noah.
They're gonna take a flop nonetheless.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ryan.
Queen high, great flop for Jonathan. What do I know? I don't know how to play poker.
I folded because I knew Johnny would defend.
it's a tough balance. I mean, you know, you want to be aggressive, you want to know where your hand is, but there's also just the risk mitigation.
Tish gonna bet small here. Jonathan really only afraid of a king on the turn. King or jack. I should say. I'm not afraid of a diamond. Just given the size of the pot, I'm gonna die on my. If I'm seeing this flop, I'm gonna die on it with our stack size.
Tish already looks suspicious. Also, I don't think he is going to barrel on this turn.
I think there are some turns he could. That's not one of them.
No, not at all.
Rebel, the only tournaments that I know about so far, I don't know the full schedule, is the 100K multi-flight and the 500K main event. Question is, will Jonathan go for a little bit of value? You're targeting jacks, tens, king, queen, and I think there's value to be gotten by betting. I think a lot of those hands are just going to check bet. I don't think we need to bet big.
I think 250, 300.
Yeah, something like that. Something small. We just want to get paid. He's going to go really large here. It doesn't... I guess the good thing about the bet sizing here, betting a half pot, is that
Nope, 450.
when you bet half pot here, Tish can't raise with a lot of bluffs because we have so many strong hands here. I mean, but I think for the small sizing, we have strong hands too. I'd bet a flush for $250 too.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, a flush would want to get raised, so would maybe potentially go a little smaller. I do see not wanting to get raised, so going bigger to avoid that.
Tish's hand now in a predicament. It's no longer as strong as it was on the flop. The flush gets there. You don't beat a queen.
We're just playing.
If we jam, it's very unlikely that our opponent is going to fold anything better than our hand.
Defenders too.
Yeah, I mean, the one hand that pops to mind immediately that would maybe play like this is like an ace of diamonds offsuit.
Oh yeah.
Ace-X of diamonds hand. That's really what Tish might beat here. That would act this way.
I think the dry ace of diamonds should go more polar. I think the dry ace of diamonds should probably just shove.
Potentially, yeah.
Because you want that extra fold equity. You don't want to get looked up by tens.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Although he might think Jonathan would make that play, not wanting to risk the whole stack if he thinks that, you know, a chunky bet could do it.
Tish makes the correct fold. Good defense by Jonathan. Picks up a nice pot.
Got one through, huh, Johnny?
Nice pot. The game continues too.
Tish still sounds suspicious. I think he's thinking that ace of diamonds like we were talking about. He sounds suspicious of Jonathan there.
This is a pretty long knit game for a six-handed knit game.
Yeah, the hand distribution has been kind of funny.
And you are just at the end of the day just at the mercy of the cards, from our perspective and their perspective.
Absolutely, we were looking at a lot of premium hands there for a stretch, and I've been seeing 3-deuce offsuit a little bit more frequently. So, rest to the mean.
Now we got some hands that can go to battle. Diamonds will not be good for Noah.
Defense, baby.
Noah still with his knit button. I believe this is the 20 is going to be on probably for the rest of the time. Great flop for no to c-bet. Tim with no backdoor diamonds. This is kind of a sketchy one to continue with, even though you could have the best hand. But for the price, he's going to continue. Don't blame him. It's such a great price. Noah's going to blast this turn. This.
Yeah, that's the best turn.
Yeah. You're going to bet small, hammer. And now we can't continue with ace high.
In theory.
I've made some pretty ridiculous calls with ace high, and I wouldn't make this call.
350 is just a little too chunky. Maybe 200.
If we could hit our 7 and it could improve us, like if it was 336 9,
Yes.
and there's a much more likely chance of him not having the top pair, then I would. But
It wasn't something unreasonable, okay?
Right, that is so true.
It wasn't getting frisky.
difference
over
that-
here.
You weren't getting out of line.
From the
It's a
card
good
can
turn
make.
card.
Just unfortunate. Tish now loses the net game. $200 of his will be going in the middle.
Nothing wrong with folding.
I told you I would have bet on Noah in that spot.
You right.
He did it. Tish had the hand and the spot to get rid of his button. The cards didn't fall in his favor.
That's true.
Like for me to call that, like I'm
Pretty
Oh, on that other hand?
yeah.
On the bottom.
And one of the hardest hands to play.
People always say that they hate pocket tens and pocket jacks. I love them. I find them very straightforward to play.
Maybe
That one should have worked.
Attachment, yeah,
No.
no.
That should have worked, man. What did you have?
That's part of poker. Is make sure you don't get emotionally attached to your cards.
That is the hardest thing
check
I
that
think,
because that was
for me.
turbo. Yeah, a turbo.
That's why
I've got one that I can
like
go
jacks
for with,
and
but
queens and
also
even
like
kings sometimes it can just be so painful.
all the hands that
I had to fold jacks when I was playing before stream earlier today for, on a 7.
Like I'll check back.
Like,
Check the
whatever.
showdown
Or
value.
I had to fold jacks on the
Brian's got
turn.
missed spades here,
After
and I can
bet-
just
I,
have the lead.
after betting the turn, and I get raised.
I'm gonna sit.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna play for.
Doesn't want to
It was only a single raise pot, and I'm not gonna play for jacks with jacks. Not a whole lot for everybody here. Jonathan flops best. Tim with a gutter. Brian holding one of those 9s. This is the splash pot, you have to remember. So there's an extra $200 in there.
Tim decided to call
Oh.
for a 9.
Great card for Jonathan. Top and middle, basically. I'd be super comfortable with my hand here.
Oh yeah, considering that was the net game, it's basically the nuts. And he's getting led into.
Tim gonna block bet here, and see if how Jonathan perceives this bet. If he thinks it's thin value, draw, because his hand is most certainly strong enough to put in a raise here. You don't have the king of spades, so all the king high flush draws are still available. I like raising here. Let's see what size. Oh, he likes raising too. Let's see the size he chooses.
650 is it?
700 almost. 575 it looks like. A lot smaller than I thought it was going to be. This is almost a click.
11. 11.
You're giving him
A little bit more.
the problem I have with this raise sizing is you're giving him a good price with all of his drawing hands. If he has 10-9, 5-6, I'm obviously not 10-6, but spades, king, this is where you're going to get a lot of your money. You can just go big here.
Yeah, if Tim's hand was just a click stronger.
He would continue. Yeah, like I said, 10-9, yeah, now you're getting a great price. And the implied is so high. Because of the amount of strength Jonathan's representing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Tim going through his options.
think he just really wants that 9.
Probably thinking in his head, how'd we get here? That's what I do often when I get in this spot, is how'd I get here?
How'd I get here, and then can I reasonably fold out any hand?
Nope. Makes a fold.
Got another one through. Got it.
Nice pickup for Jonathan. There's
Alright.
once again, there's another $200 in
I'll
there.
call him down.
You what?
Welcome to the Put me in the hand. I'll call him down, guys.
Buttons.
I'll call him down.
I believe there's enough time. These players played at a reasonable pace to get two more Nick games in.
If you have it, I have to
5
fold.
minutes left in the stream.
Oh yeah, that's how poker works.
I'm not gonna call you down.
Everybody out there joining us tonight has been having a good time.
Sounds like the worst strategy in the world. Somebody now when they have
I
it.
couldn't beat it. Wonderful story. I feel like hopefully you'll see some more of me.
Here's the strategy. If you
Always-
always
it's-
fold,
I-
that means you.
I feel like it's always better to have someone else in the booth commentating.
I think people want value.
Then it's not me and my thoughts.
Yeah.
Then it's me, making someone listen to my thoughts, and that feels better to me.
I'm here.
I'm joking.
I'm here. Tell me all your bad beat stories.
I've got a lot of them, and most of them I don't really care that they're bad beat. Actually, the two largest pots I've lost, I think are great because in both spots they are bad beats, but it's a good example of what happens in poker. It's going to happen. You get your money in as an 80-20 favorite, you lose.
Absolutely. And 20%, I mean,
It's a lot.
it's a lot. It's only 1 out of the 5 times that you need, so.
Tim with trips now. Brian with hopes and dreams with 8 high. Mo with ace high. Thinking about making a move. Tim's got the goods. Now this is the Nick game I want. Music to Tim's ears. See how he wants to play it.
Looking back, like, I'm the one with the 6, right?
Brian's done.
Whoops.
Brian's done. Mo's done.
That's what I was trying to pretend that.
That was Satcha.
Both players representing with the third player had.
Fucking whoops.
Whoops.
What the fuck? I was pretending to have that shit. Oh my god.
Look at every time I got.
3-bet on the flop.
I'm not a big fan of the 3-bet from Tim because I think both players are capable of doing exactly what they did. Just have a bunch of air and trying to take the initiative. Although, regardless of what Tim did there, if he called or raised, it's going to look incredibly strong.
Absolutely. I mean, they're going to be suspicious of
Yeah, I
him.
guess so.
He's maybe hoping that somebody shows up with king. It just has to continue, but Mo's usually actually good for a king in that spot. That
So
just
sneaky.
weaker holdings than what he normally
Check
has.
twice?
Well, checking the flop makes sense.
Yeah, check two.
Noah getting out of line on the button.
Checking the flop makes a lot of
6-4 off. Just playing position. Brian, ace high. Jonathan, suited queen. Computer hand.
Yeah, ever be out of line on the button?
I think 4 offsuit is out of
I
line.
only bet because I was like, yeah.
When players are defending ace 3 offsuit in the big blind, if they were folding ace 3 offsuit, I don't think.
I don't know what the fuck Mo is betting now.
We probably both play the board the same
I was playing the board, yeah.
No flops best
You go
though.
like river check and board.
I'm like, with I want to raise. I'm like, someone's got
There's
to
a 4. There's a
Out of pair going
Someone
nowhere.
has a key for sure.
Noah way out in front though.
Not at this table.
31 favorite. Great turn for Noah because now 5 gives him the top end of the straight, and Brian the bottom end. See how Noah wants to play it.
I did lose the minimum. I lost whatever I fucking
Thinks there's more
stacked
value to be
over.
gotten. It turns out there is. Goes large. Gets called by worse. For large, the river could be interesting. That's an interesting river. Now Noah is going to surely go for value, but the question is what size. Targeting a jack, targeting a 3.
Brian could put him on a busted.
Goes
flush
for
draw.
2x pot. Just mugs it.
That's got greedy.
I agree. No,
Yeah.
Noah got greedy.
I was like so sure I had the best hand. I was value betting the turn. I was like, oh, I got the best hand.
Too greedy, too greedy.
500 could have looked like a busted flush draw.
I think 500 would have been good. I think 1,000 is a little too greedy.
That was a little greedy. Couldn't even hold my chips.
No,
I was
I
so
agree.
happy when the board came over.
We were also talking during that hand about the last hand where Tim agrees that he maybe should have just called.
Yeah.
I was like, I was hoping somebody had a
He's trying to
king.
give it a pay them off with these 2x overbets. What's going on?
Nah, mine was like 1.3. Mine was reasonable.
You have found the fold button.
Flush draw missed. Maybe I'm blowing with a flush draw.
Yeah.
If you're bluffing, you just gotta let him bluff.
Brian called me down with ace queen high one time on like on a trip board. Like there were 3 sevens on
It was a 4-bet pot.
It's ridiculous.
And the flop was 888.
Is it the most unreasonable thing to think that Brian might call a river?
888.
It was
I
888
triple
and then
barreled, and then he turns
yeah,
over ace queen.
it was 888 9 deuce. It was a run out, and he bet on all 3 streets and jammed on the river.
Yeah, how can you have it?
So I
He's
take.
got an ace and a queen. What are you supposed to have? He's got all the cards you're supposed to
I
have.
take call with ace queen, and he had king jack.
You remember the hand too.
He's got all the cards that you're supposed to have. How's he bad? How's he ever gonna get there?
Blockers.
Ryan with the
It was
best hand.
Such a funny fucking hand.
Now Jonathan with the best hand.
I flipped a coin in my head in that hand.
I remember.
I don't think
remember
flipping a
that.
coin in your head counts. That's
It's a
flipping a
little
coin.
biased. Yeah.
Yeah.
Biased.
It's definitely biased.
Flip the chips.
Jonathan finding a raise here
Oh my
with the best hand.
What are you doing?
Little hanging gut shot on the bottom there, just for backup.
How's everyone raising me today?
I ask that question all the time, Brian. Why is everyone raising him today?
Now I wonder if Brian does his lead. No, he checked already.
Jonathan's hand still can go for value. Brian doesn't have a lot of 4, so a lot of his straights are already made. I guess you could have a 4x of hearts, but
I can't get to Brian. I can't get to. Runner, runner.
Runner.
Wow. You actually have a good hand, huh? Jack 10?
nothing funner than the moon.
Yeah, I jacked it on that board.
Absolutely.
That was a protection raise, Brian.
I don't know if that was a protection raise. It felt like a value raise.
You're just running into it. Good fold, man.
Sometimes you do just run into it, Brian. When everyone's raising you, sometimes they all just have it. It's one of those days.
Boy, just why you bet so
Those are the
much?
worst days. Why is everybody making it to me?
He's right.
So it looks like Noah's actually our big winner.
So
Tish-
far, yeah, Tish up a chunk too, just shy of Noah. Noah could have been up heaps too if he had just held on both boards.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he would have been up a
That-
monster stack.
That was the hand of the night too. It's gonna be hard to top that.
Oh yeah. I mean, unless we just.
See a 4-player all in. I mean, there's still plenty of time in the stream.
Mandatory call. Okay. I won't get mad when you suck out on me.
Tish does have a mandatory straddle defend. The 7-5 with 2 overs and a gut shot though has a pretty mandatory c-bet. But it goes check.
Let Tish catch up,
Tish doesn't catch up. In fact, Brian does the catching up. Now cannot lose the hand.
Ooh, Tish gonna lead. Interesting.
Tish, in theory, should have better board coverage here, but Brian's got the goods. Does make the just call, letting Tish hang himself.
That card is actually probably gonna save Tish money.
Yeah.
It's,
Or cost him money.
250, right? Yeah. Thank you.
$200K, best bet Jacksonville. with the 6 starting flights. Flight 1 only lasted 7 hours. That's not unreasonable.
Oops.
Ish bet small, runs into it.
Oh, wow.
Brian had the
Turn,
hand.
turn.
I have a friend that played that
Jack, so you
event.
can.
Tag.
Turn it on the turn.
170.
Turned it on the turn.
7K, he told me. They like playing queen 10
The
in
best
my
bet.
experience, and just in Florida in general. It's like queen 9, queen 10. You just can't get them off of it.
Okay, I'll let people play that hand all they want.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's great until they, hit their 9 on the turn. But such is life. You want them to do it. Rebel, are you going down there to play, or? If you do, let us know how it is.
Good to go.
I think I might try and play some of the events here when the Trailblazer tournament comes through. Maybe, I don't know. Haven't made up my mind yet. Don't know how much I hate myself until the week of. We'll find out.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes, these tournaments are just such good value, even if you, like yourself, you're not, like, super tournament player, but, just a couple $100 for, potentially 20, 30K or more at the top. It's just too much value not to give it a shot.
At Christmas time, we had a ridiculous one. It was a $200 100K guaranteed multi-flight tournament. And that we had a fantastic turnout for that. The prize pool went well almost $200,000. I mean, for a $200 tournament, first place, I think got like 30 or 40 because they chopped, got like 30 or 40.
Oh, yeah. I was a player in that tournament.
Everybody gets there in this hand. Jack deuce versus Jack deuce. No one's gonna get rid of their net button. That's the worst part. This is the worst feeling when you made a hand like this and you can't get rid of your nit button.
Yeah, I don't even think you're as mad about the chop pot as you are just
Having to keep the nit button. Tim not folding, thinking about raising. First. I mean, yeah, we're close to it.
Four calls, showtime.
Jack.
Same here.
Oh. What the fuck is this?
I was kind of funny when we act the same hand and stuff like this turned over.
What am I looking at
He was
here?
worried about his kicker, man.
What?
You
Jack
gave both the
deuce,
full
Jack
house,
deuce.
man. You could fold him.
I love the chop
Oh
pot.
my god. Same hand.
Never played it
actually.
though.
Yeah,
You know what I
dude.
mean?
I was
I'm driven by it a lot.
heads up in the neat game.
Me too.
Houston, that
Me
didn't
too,
work so
bro.
well
Me too.
up there, so.
I know.
Oh my god.
Yeah, lots of Houston players do well. Now that you mentioned it.
I was really confident when I showed up.
No, Outlaw won up at
Every
Choctaw.
time we get called,
Gets
I
one
find I can get
before.
rid of it, and then Brian turns over the same
I
hand.
was
I
like,
heard
Oh.
It's just so easy to just stay in Texas, though. It's 100K
Somewhere.
Some big
Every
tournament.
weekend, probably.
every single weekend.
Right.
Ay.
This weekend, Dallas, the TCH Trailblazer. Is that the 100K this weekend, and then their main event next weekend?
For, I believe for
Oh, here we go.
Dallas, yes.
Dallas, yeah.
7 makes it 50.
Dude, the cackling chick has an annoying laugh. Are you talking about Brian? Brian's the cackling chick?
Three fold.
It's a very
Don't worry,
unique
just
laugh.
Let's go defense.
We got some defense, 6-3 suited versus Brian.
You gonna let Mo and Daddy
Not
look.
like Joya, dude. I like
lost like
Joya's
3
laugh.
in a
Real.
Yeah, something with some feeling behind it.
Check.
6 high is not great on this flop. Brian has flopped the best. Mo gonna check his 6 high, looking to turn some additional equity. Picks up a straight draw. Brian gonna bet for value. I think Mo's gonna at least see a river, because if Brian has a strong hand, Rebel, it was last year, I think, the beginning of last year, when that happened for Outlaw. Don't quote me on that. My sense of time is terrible. Queen, not going to do it for Mo. See if Brian can find any more value. Gonna go for an overbet. Overbets have been pretty popular tonight.
Defense.
Overbetting turn.
He doesn't have it ready yet. So
I'm a fan of it, honestly.
Tish still believes.
Good old aggressive poker,
No,
working
I took it off
into
on the river. I knew it was
nice
the river.
overbets.
Like,
Not
after
just
the turn, I
balance,
was like,
thirds, half pot.
Polarize that
Yeah,
way.
polar-
When I
yeah,
went into
get it real
Mo's
polar.
Straddle with Jack 4 offsuit. I'm not winning this hand. 4-4-4.
Rebel when
do that, yeah.
when Outlaw
He must have
won.
raised Jack 4 offsuit.
Because he won some sort of ring event at
Yeah,
Chuck.
but then you have the advantage because you have the betting lead.
Or no, he didn't win it. He was third in something. That's
Because
right. he got
if you
third in
raise,
something.
he's not gonna fucking 3-bet with Jack 9 over
He got him
the
Oh, I am.
Oh shit, never mind.
I'm pretty sure I'm
I don't know.
You can
Yeah, that's true.
say that you won.
Never mind. Mo is
Oh, it's
not
the
holding
end.
shit.
It was just a bad situation.
Brian with the Brian standard.
Never mind. I guess don't 3-bet the Jack 4 off.
Flops a pair. No with the only heart.
Check's good.
Fantastic flop for 10s with the 10 of hearts.
Okay, turn. Noah's gonna start getting some value. Not sure what he's targeting other than Brian's hand, or you're targeting 9-2 king queen of hearts. Jack's a pretty okay river.
Too fair.
I mean, the pot was small. He could get curious.
Yours is better.
Over
Yeah.
just because.
I played my hand pretty bad. I know.
No,
There it is. Action.
we have a new player
Uh,
this stream. Welcome.
We've got 2 left in the knit game. We've got 2 left in the knit game.
Welcome.
So you can take a button or you can wait.
Lee, you can go by Lee, and what's your shot?
17.
1700.
I don't know if you played with Lee
Two left
before.
in the knit game.
Is
You
what
can
he's
take a
going
button,
by.
you can wait for the
One.
I
Don't take a button. Give him a
know
button.
I've been here before. I don't
$200.
remember if we were exactly at the same table.
$200 penalty if you lose.
He's a fun player.
Take that and you don't get rid of it.
Not afraid of the action to fit right in with this
Or
group.
you know,
I feel like my reason he had chips in front of him, I don't know if they were one or perfect. It doesn't matter. That means
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Well, everyone gets one.
I think that's always a fun question, whether or not chips are one
You
or
just wait
purchase.
till they.
You see someone with $6,000, you're like, well, they could be having the night of their life, or they could not be having the night, or I guess they could be having the night of their life, and the other way.
in the negative. Yeah.
It's a fun guessing game to play with some of these players. Is
He'll deal you in when they're done with the knit.
one.
Otherwise, you have to take a button to play right now.
We didn't know that.
Okay.
Either way, somebody doesn't just sit on 6K for.
but with
Well,
these
I mean, sometimes I guess you could for show, but
I've seen people do it before. They would find the smallest stakes games they could find buying for the largest amount possible. There was a dude who I played with years ago in the casino. They would always go to the largest table, the one with the table that matched the biggest stack, and I would never ever see him stack anyone. I don't know how that's possible.
you should be able to pick off.
At some point in time,
I
yeah.
didn't like that hand, so I paused it.
I mean, but even Tish, typically in one of our, on the more conservative side, he got in there with the 5 deuce, sitting on 6K because.
Now we got an interesting hand. Top pair versus bottom 2 pair versus weird double gutter plus flush draw.
That is the weirdest double gutter. 9-4. Love it.
3 or 7. Tish gonna bump it up. Tim's gonna call. Jonathan getting a great price. Gonna make the call.
It's a lot of defense.
See what the river brings. All things considered, that's pretty clean for the 2-5. I don't know if Tish wants to put a lot more money in here.
4 check. 6 check.
If we get check raised here, it's a disaster.
The 10 of diamonds is a card that could have easily been in one of the hands that called as well.
Fidus.
And Tish gets rid of his nip button, and just like that, Mo will lose the nip game.
All right,
So
game
So
over.
you're gonna sit out for this hand, and then we're gonna do a splash pot, and then you're gonna get dealt in.
Yeah.
That was a weird one.
That was definitely a very weird hand. I think Jonathan could
I
have.
also had 9
Put you on
He
diamonds.
takes it in.
Ten got there.
It'd be really hard for him to get paid. You make your straight, it looks like a lot like what it is on the
No,
both ends. Then you make your diamond. I think you could have re-raised the turn.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing actually.
I mean, sometimes you just want to realize your equity.
I'm not sure there's much to have.
You know, it's towards the end of the night. No need to.
Heads up,
Barely.
I mean, that's one of the few rivers where I think both of us missed.
And it also does open up, even on the brick, it opens up more plays,
Yeah.
more opportunities to steal the
Because you
pot on
can
the river.
still rep a straight. 9-7 still the nuts on that run out. And if you have 9-4 of diamonds, then what's to stop you from having 9-7 of diamonds?
Absolutely nothing.
If we want to do another one, I'm gonna run.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I was about to say, can we take a break?
Big
Quick
real
break?
quick. Yeah, we'll take like an orbit break or so.
I don't think I've actually heard of like, everyone doing it in the cash game. Yeah, let's all use the restroom at once.
I was about to say, yeah, not everybody at once, guys. We got a show to put on here, one at a time.
I think it's just because of the stream. We have Splash Pot limped, so there's 250 in the middle. Queen High flush draw way out in front. No, Jonathan has a pair of jacks. I lied. But it's going to be hard for him to hold on. I think this is just going to do it. Queen High takes it down.
Easy game.
Sometimes it is just that easy.
Welcome to the game.
Welcome game, sir.
We'll get 10 more minutes anyways. But just make sure. See what Creeper says.
The stream went back to the RTMP source window in the middle of the stream. It's still live, but the window is the RTMP source.
Let me mute you real quick.